Hits the vibes. Where say family, large up yourself, big up yourself. Your host Selah, Shalom in the building. As we chime in. Family, large up yourself. You know what it is. Hits the vibes. Yes, family, press like as you come in the room. You know how we do. We keep it 100 like they say over here. Hits the vibes. Hits the vibes. Hits the vibes. Selah Shalom TV, according to the text, as it is written. Yes, family, your host Selah Shalom chiming in. You know it's a vibe, you know how we do. We gonna keep this word moving, we gonna keep things moving forward. You know what I mean? They cannot stop the word of the Creator, regardless of who it is. The word is gonna go forth, and we gonna do what we do. You see what I'm saying? Create a gang. That's what we doing over here. It's interesting how people will focus so much on the messenger. I was like, wow. When you're so used to worshiping men, I guess you ain't got no choice but to focus on the messenger instead of the message. It's interesting. And another thing is interesting when people try to use verses from the Oahspe like you don't know. Like, nigga, you ain't schooling me with what I already know. You can't use that against me. You can't just found the book last week, skim through, and all of a sudden, you think you're gonna quote a verse from the Oahspe as if I'm not aware of it? Come on, y'all. What we doing over here? Yeah, it's a lot of hate out here, y'all. You ain't never seen Selah Shalom running around making videos about people, interfering with people's lives. I don't do that, yo. I don't fuck with people. If you follow a doctrine and I don't fuck with it, I ain't fucking with it. I'm not gonna go over there and ridicule and watch your video if I don't fuck with you. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. You ain't got no place in my reality if I don't fuck with you. But it seems like everybody wanna fuck with you. Once you got something going on, you got a little, you start doing your thing, and now all of a sudden people wanna take strikes. And, oh, look, he smokes. The Oahspe say this. Man, if y'all don't goddamn get out of here with that hypocritical shit. See, y'all being hypocrites when y'all do that. See, y'all think y'all being slick, but then y'all end up being hypocrites by doing that very same thing. See what I'm saying? Oahspe say from man interfering with man has been a great flavor. Why y'all interfering with man? Selah Shalom exposes false gods. I bang on the Bible, I bang on the information. I don't get personal with people. You know what I mean? If you get personal with people and take it outside of information, then expect what comes with that. I'm from the streets. You know what I mean? Cat pilling and gunplay, I come from that. I'm trying to remove myself from that by preaching this gospel of truth and righteousness. But if you want to drag me back into that world, I come from that. It's nothing. I'm connected with people in all states. Philly, New York, whatever state you in, I can guarantee you I got somebody in that state. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep it righteous. Let's keep it righteous. You focus on me, you yourself is becoming off. When you start focusing on the messenger, you yourself becomes off. You don't see me over here focusing on nobody other than they false gods and whoever want to take a debate to defend their false gods so we can show them clarity about the Oahspe. Ain't none of you niggas living the fullness of Oahspe. When you talk about some of these verses in the Oahspe where it talks about rising man up and becoming pure, ain't nobody living that shit or making that shit overnight. Which one of you niggas stop eating meat overnight? Which one of you niggas gain muscles from doing push-ups overnight? Don't nothing happen overnight. Everything is a perpetual growth. But purifying the body is an easy matter, but purifying the mind, who could do that in a day? So while you trying to be hypocritical towards me, you're being a hypocrite and everybody knows it and sees it. Shalom family, I see you. Yerayah, Dread, Nazar, I see you, brother. Matthew, I see you, peace, love, and light. Christos, Messiah. Bronze, I see you, peace and love, yo. Peace and love. Yeah, yo. Create a gang. So it's interesting how people could take things out of context as well. I laugh at people, man. People have been trying to come at me for promoting Oahspe in the manner that I promote it. You know what I mean? It's like they expect you to promote the book how they want you to perceive it, according to how they think it's supposed to be done. Not knowing that they're held accountable the same way I'm held accountable to these texts. So if I smoke weed, but you don't, I could find something else that could critique you the same way you're trying to critique me. So let it go. Let it go. Ain't that right, family? Tell them to let it go. Because you really don't want that work, yo. Even gangs get cleaned up and raised out of hell. Ain't that the purpose of the Etherian angels to come down from the high heavens to the lower heavens to clean up drudges, to clean up wandering spirits, to clean up gangs and restore them and lift them back up? See, you forgot that part. You know what I mean? The chick who told, what's her name? I forget, I don't even want to give her no light. Try to say that we... Yo, everybody reported that video, yo. Everybody reported that video. Because you going outside. See, if you would have presented that video and just did it without our faces, great job. Although that video ain't got nothing to do with us, because who out here gang banging? Who out here shooting shit up in the name of Jehovah? Who doing that? Show me one faithist that's out here shooting shit up on some gang banging shit in the name of Jehovah. I'll wait. Create a gang is a slogan that some people take out of context, like bittersweet herbals. Like, this is a slogan. Let me show you what a slogan is and not a goddamn. So I guess this is gang banging too right here, this slogan.
Bittersweet herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com. Bittersweet herbals. What it tastes is bitter, but the results are sweet. Bittersweetherbals.com.
See that? The slogan of my business is, the taste is bitter, but the results are sweet. You see that? Is that a threat? Now, the slogan to the Oahspe crew is create a gang. Now they said, oh, he says gang, he's in a gang. You so goddamn stupid. It's called a slogan. It's a hashtag. Niggas act like we running around here, hey boy, if you don't join this gang, we gonna kill you. Man, you so stupid. Stupid. Old girl who made that video, stupid. stupid. No sense of knowledge, no sense of discernment, no sense of wisdom. Thinking you know, son. Showing a picture of my eagle on a Bible. You know how many pictures of people got guns on books? Now what the feds going, the law enforcement gonna look? Oh, a picture of a guy in the book. Okay, when that gun is active and damage is done, then come back and talk to us. They gonna look at you like you're stupid. You try to raise a kid, and then that's a dangerous thing. You're trying to align warrior faithists, because the Oahspe talks about warrior faithists. You forgot that part. You know what I mean? The warrior faithists. But then you want to associate gang activity for people who got real cases out here. You don't even know me. You don't even know my history. You don't know nothing about me, but you're trying to pin an idea of gang banging with us when you know damn well we don't preach that. Damn well we don't preach that. So you got to take that out of here, yo. Quick. Take that down quick and take my name and pictures off of there. Quick. Swift. Because I don't play them type of games, yo. I don't play them type of games. I'm cool and humble and peaceful and righteous, but don't get it twisted. I'm still a street nigga, and I'll stoop down to your level and see you on your level. Like I've been seeing these false gods on their level. We stoop down to the same way the Etherian gods stooped down, the same way Osiris the first came from Lotus to the Etherian realm, down to the earth, and dealt with these false gods unruly. Osiris dealt with these gods unruly. He came in like a gang. Read Osiris the first. Osiris the first came in gang. See, this is the problem with people. And Jehovah declared this already. In the book of Osiris, chapter 2, verse 2, it states, let me cut this music. Let me cut this for the ignorant sister who thought she had some against us, not knowing she's only being hypocritical and doing false allegations. You false slandering. So now, chapter 2, verse 2, Jehovah said, "Think not, O man, I give talents to men differently on earth, and there to the end, making my exalted places to be even shorn and alike. Not so created I man, but as one on earth is mild and leadeth on smooth words and persuasive behavior, and as another quick perceiving, strong-willed, plunging headlong, even so carry I them on their bent. Even so I carry them onward in my heavens, perfecting them in their bent, but with wisdom and love, till each become as a son in his fear." See that? Jehovah ain't telling you to become a certain way. He's going to allow you to go the way you is, but perfect you in wisdom and love. See that? So if we gang and we moving how we move, guess what? We moving in peace, love, and unity. We're not moving with goddamn swords and soldiers talking about create a gang, we out here gang banging. You know how foolish you goddamn look? Knowing we have this understanding of Oahspe, why would we go back that route? Now you looking like a goddamn fool. Like a damn fool by even putting us out there for that. Now check it. What does it say in verse 3? "Fear not, O man, that I have not labor for them in high heavens. I have worlds to be nurtured and coaxed at times, worlds to be pruned at times, and commanded by most severe authority made to know that all power lies in me through my gods and lords. For these extreme gods, for these exalted extreme gods." See that? You think some of these people in their middle of history wasn't probably murderers and captains of generals slaughtering men? Do we need to go in the Oahspe where it talks about how the persecutors of the faithists came back 3,000 years later as holy and righteous servants to the Creator? Why not exercise those ideologies instead of emphasizing that we out here gang banging, like we stuck in the drudgeons? Nigga, we raising up drudges over here. How many times I say bring the drudges, then we'll raise them up? You don't see me over here talking about killing and murdering nobody coming out the Oahspe. We only show that in the Bible because the Bible justifies killing. So gang is in this book, but not in this book. Jehovah saying, nah, don't kill. That's what gang about. Creating gang is about non-resistance. It's about moving with the Creator, being one with the Creator. It's metaphorically speaking, stupid woman. It's a slogan, stupid woman. And I gotta call you stupid because you're not exercising discernment nor judgment. You making a claim, and you making a dangerous claim because you trying to put feds and police trying to RICO acts and claim. You trying to associate young thug niggas with us? Have you lost your fucking mind, woman? You better take that shit down quick. Take that shit down quick, yo. Because like I said, I have people I can find out where you at too. If you want to play games, I don't get personal with people. Leave me alone and deal with the information. Because if you get personal, I'll come find where you live at and can pay you a visit. I'm connected with a lot of people in the States. Selah Shalom is well connected. Just let me know what state you in. I can guarantee I know somebody in that state that can find where you at. If you want to play them type of games. Feel me? Gang. Fuck out of here with that bullshit, nigga. I bet your ass probably been locked up more than me. What it is, family? Jaway, I see you. I see you. Silly rabbit, exactly. Harriet, I see you. Exactly. Creator gang ain't going nowhere. We doing the works of the creator. Hell you talking about? What you doing? You ain't got nobody following you. You just want some followers. You trying to get attention. Nigga, ain't nobody studying you. Everybody hit me. Yo, Selah, you seen that video? Yeah, I seen that. Everybody flagged that bullshit. They ain't rocking with you. You a fake this. What's her name? NG or whatever? She a fake this. You ain't got no legs to stand on. You a hypocrite. Instead of coming to me and say, yo, Selah, I think boom, and we could have had a discussion and we could have went chapter and verse and show, and you could understand where I'm coming from compared to making a video about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. Try pulling up Rico Act showing Young Thug and them niggas. Them niggas is fucking gangsters out here. I live in Atlanta. I live where these niggas bang at. I know the environment in the neighborhood. Me and them niggas is nothing the same. Matter of fact, I educate the young niggas out here. I teach these niggas how to be righteous. I heal some of these niggas' mother and father with the bittersweet herbals. That's gang bangers. See that? You know what they call me out here? They call Selah Shalom, they call me reality. That's my name. Selah Shalom is my alias, but reality is what they call me. They call me the hood doctor. The most ignorant niggas be like, yo, Selah, your reality, I mean. Your reality, you got some of that tea, man? My mom's a boom, 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 boom. See? The nigga said his mom's. So when I go dress his mother, now he looking at me as an asset to the community because he has a person that if my mother gets sick, I could address him. But you want to sit there and create false allegations and bring your boy down and get me locked up when his mother may need some of that herbal product based off false allegations. Come on, bro, don't play them games and I get a lawyer to come at your ass. False allegations is a serious thing. My wife's brother goddamn law enforcement. I got law enforcement in other cities too. I got New York cousins that's law enforcement. I know this shit. Don't play them type of games with me. Stick to the information and knowledge. Stick to the information. If you see me out here gang banging and blowing niggas' brains out and throwing up sets and shit like that, then you can have an argument. But bitch, you know me from sitting in this goddamn chair reading the goddamn Oahspe. That's all you know me from. And I call you a bitch because that's exactly what you are. You are a fucking dog. Because you're doing the opposite of what Jehovah told you to do. What did the Oahspe say? What did Yeshua say? Discover not thy neighbor's faults, for his matter is with the creator. Why are you trying to be the creator, bitch? Why are you trying to dictate to the people like you dictating how the Oahspe need to be read? When the Oahspe says, let the fault be with that man and the creator. But we're not going to spend any more time on a female who has no legs to stand on, just want attention and just mad because she see the movement moving over here and people joining forces with this movement over here and we bringing people back to the creator. See, niggas ain't worshiping Selah Shalom. You know what they say? Yo, thanks Selah for sharing this old information with me because now I get a better understanding of the creator. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know what you hearing. You dig? Creator gang. We gonna still say that. Stupid ass woman, bitch. I done sat in the courtroom and dealt with dumb shit based off of dumb people like you. It's people like you who these real gangsters, these real gangbangers, it's a person like you, they'll come and riddle your goddamn house up for making fake allegations about somebody. You the type to say, I'm gonna go snitch and go stand on the witness and then the day before of niggas will come in your house and kill you. If you want to promote gangsterism, promote those niggas who act like that. And when you put that energy out there in return, you're gonna get it. I put out love, peace, and unity, oneness, purity of diet, exposing these false gods. You putting out slander to other people, false allegations, that shit gonna come right back and hunt your ass. And then you supposed to be a fake this? You a fakest. You not a fake this. You a fake ass fake this. See that? Where that shit at so I can go flag it. You see that? My people ain't playing with you. They not messing with you. I'm an asset to my community. A nigga like me gotta be in my community. People rely on me. I got orders to ship out. And you wanna come play gang games like a nigga out here gang banging and shit? Bitch, I got orders to ship out in the morning. I got people that needs healing. I got motherfucking grandmothers that got diabetes that depend on my goddamn tea. And you wanna go over here and put out gang bang like these niggas doing gang activity. Bitch, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm gonna call you out by your name because you a bitch. You a female dog. You're not a goddess. You a doggess. You a goddamn dog. Because any faithist that try to bring down another faithist is a goddamn devil. And that's just to show you, family, just because you read a goddamn book don't mean motherfuckers gonna coincide with you. Some of these motherfuckers don't like you because they just don't like you. And they don't even fucking know you. You may need a nigga one day. You may be sick one day and all the herbs you taking ain't working and you hearing Selah Shalom herbs working. Now you can't talk to Selah Shalom because you done made opposition with the bro. And now you can't even come to me. Now you over there going to die in your own sickness and disease. Peace to the righteous gods and goddesses, exactly. Create a gang move with righteous gods and goddesses. Understand that. Y'all niggas is out here crazy. But what's good, family? I see y'all chiming in. Line of y'all, I see you. It's a vibe. Peter, what's good? I see you. Oh, yeah. Hit the judgment. All right. I'm glad you reminded me. What was it? Judgment 36. All right. I had a brother earlier. He reached out to me. He wanted me to touch on the book of Judgment, chapter 36. And then it talks about the old way in comparison to the new way. You see, a lot of Israelites don't understand that we're in a new dispensation of time. They want to hold on to old ways and old things. I know when old ways and old things are fading away. Just like you say, it's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, and the old heaven and the old earth is going to fade away. So it's going to be new things coming. You think you're going to have a new heaven and a new earth and an old ass Torah? Come on, you think he ain't going to re-give you a new doctrine to be concurrent with the times? You niggas ain't walking. You niggas is driving whips. Y'all niggas ain't over there riding horses and doing camelback riding. If you're gonna stick to the old, you leave your whip, leave your Maxima, whatever type of car, Nissan, Toyota, Ford, leave those cars behind and go and get you a horse, Israel. Since y'all trying to stick to the old ways. I don't see no Israelites on no goddamn camels walking down Manhattan or walking down the streets of downtown Atlanta. We don't see that. Yes, my brother Dread. The man said big man. Big up to the Dread. All right, so let me 36. And I'm glad the brother brought that up. That's a good point. We're going to talk about clearing away the old and dealing with the new. So we're going to get to that, beloved. I got the joint right here, and we're going to definitely touch on it. Just have to expose foolishness in the community, because you always got somebody. That's the term called crabs in the bucket. You know, you're trying to ascend out the bucket, and then you got somebody to grab your foot to bring you back down. That's how some of these people are. Instead of focusing on the more important thing, which is bringing people back to the Creator, exposing these false gods, that's the focus, and purifying yourself in the process. Get them likes up, family. We got 25 in the building, 6 likes. Let's get them popping. Yeah, that's right, Sean. I like that, Sean. That's a nice name, Sean. You know what I mean? You got to shine on these people, man. Because sometimes, like my man Daryl Cosman said, a vampire got to be invited in your house. So it's a lot of vampires trying to be like they faithless and righteous and coming in the house, stirring up problems. You see that? You stirred up a problem that everybody flagged that video. I want to know if that video's still up. That shit should be down. Using people's pictures without their permission. Girl, you done lost your mind. What got into you? What got into you to do that? And ain't none of these people did nothing to you. That's how bad things happen to people like you. Because your intention is off. Your intention is not where it's supposed to be. So bad intention leads to bad goddamn results. I ain't sitting around here mad at nobody. What we doing? What was the video we did yesterday? Exposing the God of Torah. And we went in the Bible and showed chapter and verse, not my personal opinion, chapter and verse, how this God of the Bible is more demonic and satanic and evil than righteous. I ain't go to nobody specific. I ain't put up niggas' faces and say, yo, y'all niggas is crazy. Old girl crazy, King. Old girl done lost her goddamn mind, yo. And she need a man. She probably ain't got no husband. Because if she had a husband, he would have addressed it as a man. I couldn't even tell my wife this shit. Boy, what? My wife don't play them type of games, yo. Disrespect, shit. My wife will rag draw your ass. We keep it hood around here. Shit, you think the Oahspe, you think these niggas wasn't hood in the Oahspe? You think these niggas wasn't gangsters? Some of these kings that was slaying niggas? You had kings that was slaughterers of men. Great slaughterers of men. Niggas who had real blood on their hand. Bitch, we reading verses out of a book. Huh? Compare verses reading out of a book compared to motherfucker who got 30 bodies under him. Read the story of Capilla. What did the prophet of Capilla say? What did he say when the king asked him the question? Let me get it. I got you family on the other joint. Let me get Capilla for a minute. Because the question was raised. You know, you got killers out here with real blood on their hand. You got war generals who drop bombs and decimate millions of people, thousands of people, displace thousands of people from their home. And you want to talk about a goddamn catchphrase? Bitch, you done lost your mind, and I'm going to call you a bitch every time. I'm going to drive that shit home so you can feel it in your heart. Where we at with it, fam? Check this. Yeah. Check this. Capilla. Capilla is an ill-ass story for those who don't know. And the Oahspe got some ill stories. Like my nigga Cosmo Cal said, the story of Joab is one of the illest stories as well. It's a story of self-conviction. That's the story of Joab is a story of self-conviction. Great story. Let me get to the king now. When the king asked the question, men who got real blood on their hand, raising questions. Let me see if I can find that verse. We got time. We ain't going nowhere. Because it's a vibe. All right, so check it. See that? You want to talk about minute things, and you got motherfucking slaughterers of men out here with 50 and hundreds of bodies on them. And bitch, you don't even know nothing about me. So check this. In the book of the Ark of Bond, in the book of the Ark of Bond, chapter 10, right? Book of the Ark of Bond, chapter 10. We're going to start I'll start with verse 13. Capilla said, if a man will not think for himself, examine for himself, the Creator suffereth him to be the recipient of lies. He is a wise man who hath attained to disbelieve in angels and men. For then he will turn to the Creator, who is all truth. This is the beginning of wisdom. See that? The beginning of wisdom is refraining from the ideologies of angels or gods and returning to the Creator. That's the beginning of wisdom. But in the Bible, the beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. But then at the same time in the Bible, it says perfect love cast out fear. So which one is it? Is it perfect love cast out fear in the Bible? Or is it the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord? Which one is it? It can't be both. It's a contradiction of action. So check it. So it states in the Oahspe, he is a wise man who hath attained to disbelieve in angels and men. And for then he will turn to the Creator, who is all truth. This is the beginning of wisdom. Some fair men with stunt souls who look not about doing good in the world require the serpent fangs in order to make them think. Now that's old girl. Because she ain't going about doing good things. She want to bring down other brothers who spreading the word of the Oahspe. And I done had over 20 people within the last month buy this Oahspe and being thankful that they came into this truth. So what did that say? Some fair men or women with stouted souls who look not about doing good in the world. So old girl ain't looking about doing good. She want to go investigate gangs, and she's in a drudge's state of mind. She took the time out to go look up the gangs of all these niggas getting locked up. So your mind is flooded with drudges by you even participating in that. And that's your intent. I'm going to bring them down with this, or I'm going to expose them. You ain't exposing nothing but yourself, your own self-hypocrisy. See that? The Oahspe say you're going to be a perpetual judge of your own actions. So look what you're doing. So it says, who looks not about doing good in the world requires the serpent fangs in order to make them think. Yeah, because you ain't thinking. You ain't using discernment. You ain't thought about what you did. You taking pictures and people you don't even know and you putting it up. You're not thinking. So now you got the serpent fangs biting your ass. Now, here's what the king say. Now we coming back to real killers. The king is a killer. He got blood on his hand. And this is the question he raised. Verse 14. The king said, I have killed many men in my day. See that? This is a real killer. Yo, I killed mad niggas. I ain't got no blood on. Nigga, we sitting up here reading verses. Show me some shit of me out there killing some shit. Then you can say, yo, Selah Shalom, he's a hypocrite. He's over here killing people and he's trying to preach the word. Then I'll be like, yo, you got that. But you ain't got that. So you making yourself look foolish by first making false accusations and false claims. So again, what did the king say? I have killed many men in my day. Says though I have sinned. Capilla said, inquire thou of the creator. See that? This is the king, a straight killer. Capilla didn't say, oh, nigga, you shouldn't have done that. You da-da-da-da-da. You gang this, that. He ain't do that. What did he say? Inquire of the creator. What did Yeshua say? Discover not thy neighbor's fault, for his matter is with the creator. What did Capilla say? Inquire thou of the creator. What old girl should have did? Left well alone, because the creator is dealing with me accordingly. And he's dealing with you. Well, he's not dealing with you because you got a drudge spirit and you showing your intent. See, my intent is to bring this truth to the people, period. I don't have no other intentions other than that. But when you show that, you trying to, oh, I'm a goddamn show this. Even in the debates we got, even when I talk shit, you old pussy ass nigga, you got scared of debate. All that is still good intentions. Because that's how we talk in the streets. You sound like you come from like a Hollywood silver spoon in the mouth type of female, like you was raised good and, you know what I mean, you had everything that you probably wanted coming up. You sound like a spoiled brat. But for those who ain't grow up like that, you ain't even consider the lifestyle, the attitude, the habits of others that may come a little lower than you. You may be one of them niggas who, you remember in high school, you had those motherfucking preppy motherfuckers who always, they had their nose in the air, they had everything they want, but then you had the nigga who came to school, bummy, ain't got it like that. But we in the same school, we in the same class, we in the same motherfucking progression, and a lot of times, their grade may be higher than yours. Talk to me. So now, let's go back. Verse 14, the king said, I have killed many men in my day. Says thou, I have sinned. Capilla said, inquire thou of thy creator. I am not thy judge, nor any man's. See that? This chick want to judge us and don't even know us. She's not even following the ways of the creator. That's why I said there are fakeists out here. The same way they got fake Israelites worshiping false gods, likewise with every denomination, religion, way of life, lifestyle, you're always going to have some fake ones that pop their head out the hole. So now, the king asked, if a man be killed and his soul live, then the killing amounts to little. We put away the body, but the soul may come back and retaliate. Is it not so, Cap? Is it not so? So the king is like, damn, all right, well, if the spirit live on, and if I kill a man, damn, that amounts to little. So if I kill a man and he survives after death, can he retaliate? See, the king is thinking now because he done killed many men. His consciousness is plaguing him for his actions that he did. See that? So what did Capilla say? Capilla said, yes, O king. Yes to what? Meaning that the spirits of the dead can retaliate on the person that killed them. That's why the creator said, thou shalt not murder. It wasn't for the creator's purpose and fault. It was for your ass. The creator said, thou shalt not murder, because the person you kill can retaliate on you in spirit. That was the reason for him saying that. See that? The creator don't need you to follow. The creator create worlds beginning and ending eons before you got here. You think he give a damn about what you do? He just setting instructions for your ass. If you kill a man, you got to redeem and restore that man. You accountable for those things. See that? God ain't coming down from the sky to redeem shit. You got to do that. And other angels that are in the realm that's going to help you in more advance do that. See that? Verse 15. The king reflected a while. See, he got him thinking. He's like, damn, if I killed all these people and if they can retaliate, damn. So he said, what? The king what? The king reflected a while. He meditating, thinking about this shit. And then he asked, my son, can the spirits of them we have slain catch us in heaven and injure us? So now he like, damn, all right, since that's true, can they injure us? Like, I know I killed them when they was on earth and that was wrong. And then I know they can retaliate, but can they injure us? Now he thinking, he fucking starting to get scared. Because which one of you niggas wouldn't get scared if you got 30 bodies on you and you now finding out that them people you killed still alive in spirit and they remember they remember who killed them and they waiting for your ass to cross over in spirit so they can get back at you. Any person who got bodies on them will be scared of that. I know killers. I know a killer, and I told him this same shit. See, like I said, I live in the hood. I live in the hood. I could pull up goddamn news places of niggas who done murk niggas and they rights, they still in the neighborhood. They did their time and came home. But when I told him about that verse right there, about when you kill him and they can retaliate. My man started crying. Because the guilt and the conviction hit him like, damn. Damn. So just imagine, you feeling that shit now. Just imagine when you get ready to die, how that shit how it's gonna be more strenuous. And I done heard people seen they killers. Niggas locked up see they killers. I done heard it all, man. That's why the Creator said thou shalt not kill, because the person you killed, they could either come back and injure your ass, or they could come back and deliver your ass if they forgive you. So the forgiveness or the vengefulness is solely dependent on the individual. Vengeance is mine is not from the God, it's from the individual who you killed. So if I killed you and you got vengeance on your soul and you want to get back at me, when I cross over, you can. So now, the king reflected a while, and then he asked, my son, can the spirits of them we have slain catch us in heaven and injure us? Capilla said, yes, O king. The king said, and they having been in heaven first would have the advantage in battle. See, this is a king. He's thinking strategic even now in his thinking. Because he's a king. If you're a king, you're a general. If you run in the kingdom, sometimes you may have to go to war, and you got to be strategic in how you deal with warfare. So now he's strategically thinking mentally about, damn, all right, I killed these men, and I gave them the advantage in the spirit. So he said, damn, okay, can they catch us? So check it. The king again reflected a while. I'm going to go back. Then he asked, my son, can the spirits of them we have slain catch us in heaven and injure us? Capilla said, yes, O king. The king said, and they have been in heaven first would have the advantage in battle. And if they go in gangs and have a leader, Satan, they may do great harm. See that? See that? The people he killed, if they move in gangs, they could do great harm. See that? We're not moving in gangs doing great harm to people. So don't get it twisted. We doing righteousness and love to people, bringing unity to people, bringing purity to people, bringing people back to the Creator. Creator gang. Understand the concept, understand the slogan, and don't misunderstand it. When people don't like to be misunderstood. Anybody that's ever misunderstood, they'll correct you before you say another word out their mouth. If we was face to face and you try to pull that shit, I would have corrected you right there on the spot and checked your ass. And not let you get another word out until you understand where we come from when we say this shit. Not your interpretation. We know what the fuck gangs are. Fuck out of here. So again, what did it states? The king said, and they have been in heaven first would have the advantage in battle. And if they go in gangs and have a leader, Satan, they may do great harm. See that? Know thou, Capilla, I have a great secret for thy philosophy, which is, when death draws near, we begin to shake in the soul as to what we have done all our lives. See that? So the king is coming close to his end as an elder, and he's thinking about all he did, and he slew men. You start thinking about all the niggas you done killed. Just remember when you were young and you may have did some foul shit to somebody. You know, you may have got into a fight or punched somebody or did something that you know was wrong. And then you get older and you reflect back like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. I was wrong for that. Now just imagine your ass got bodies. You done killed infants, because you remember in the Bible, God got niggas killing infants. So now this is the niggas who was killing the infants as an elder reflecting back like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have killed them infants. Why did the Lord tell us to kill infants? You know what I mean? So use that as an example. He says, which is, when death draws near, we begin to shake in the souls as to what we have done all our lives. Sometimes I think of saying to Dias, here, I will pray thee. But then I remember I have no merchandise which he would accept. How strong we are in health and prosperity, and how weak in adversity and death. Sayest thou prayers would make my case stand better in heaven? Capilla said, I am not master in heaven, or if I were, my love to thee would shield thee from all darkness. Now look at the love. He ain't say, oh man, you in a gang, so I ain't fucking with you. He said, yo, if it was up to me, bro, you still be my man. We just gonna have to work with you. You know, I know you did wrong, but we could clean that up. How many gangsters did some real gangster shit, murder shit, came home and changed their whole life around for the betterment? And telling other gangsters, don't do that because I'll walk through that. Huh? What you gonna do when you talk to a reformed gangster, a reformed gangbanger, who's still wearing his colors, still wears red, still wears blue, back in the community, trying to uplift the youth from nonviolence. See, you don't know what the hell you talk about, sis. You done dug yourself in the goddamn hole and you can't get out of because you ain't lived certain lifestyles. You ain't been out there in these streets. Did not the Oahspe say that you got to know the extreme goods and the extreme evils to even attain the Godhead? So what the hell are you talking about? Leave us alone. Leave me alone, yo. Fall the fuck back on Selah Shalom. Y'all are fucking jokesters to me, yo. Peace to the God. What's going on, fam? Elijah, I see you. John Manson, I see you. Kayla, I see you. Sis won't debate me on oh, see, they running, sis. She won't debate. She had all that bark. What's her name again? I forget. She had all that bark. Now she don't want to debate on Brother Malachi platform. See, Brother Malachi platform is a just platform because he don't sway to the left or to the right. It's chapter and verse. You got to prove everything chapter and verse. And they don't want that work. So she lost by default. So now, verse 16 said. So now, you know, that previous verse was the king just venting. So now Capilla said, I am not master in heaven. Or if I were, my love to thee would shield thee from all darkness. See that? He ain't speak evil concerning the king, although the king had blood on him. Although the king was gang, a real gang, and had blood on him. Capilla didn't say, oh, I ain't fucking with you. You fake, you not a real. He said, nigga, if it was up to me, nigga, I'll shield you from all darkness. Although you got that blood on your hand. You don't know nothing about that, sis. You don't know about that life. Niggas in the streets could relate to that. Because you got niggas in the streets who done banged in the opposite crew looking for this nigga, and your man like, yo, I'm gonna ride out with you, nigga. I'm gonna fortify you from any of these other gangbangers out here that try to disrespect you. See that? See the parallel? But you don't know nothing about that. Because you ain't lived it. You a perpetrator, you a fraud, you a hypocrite, and you've been exposed. Now, back to regularly scheduled program. Verse 16. Capilla said, I am not master in heaven, or if I were, my love to thee would shield thee from all darkness. The king said, the priest saith, if I pay him money, he can intercede with deities, and so secure me a high seat in heaven. Where have we heard this before? This is Christianity philosophy, but this is in India. Same concept. What did he say? I'm gonna put Jesus in this, and you're gonna see how more it makes sense. The king said, the priest saith, if I pay him money, he can intercede with Jesus, and so secure me a high seat in heaven. Huh? I think he's falsified, for deities owes him nothing. Two things have I found, even with my little wisdom. The caterer to the king and the caterer to deities make great pretense. They make great pretense, but do little as to their promises. These two men, O my son, beware of them. Verse 7. I owe my greatness more to this discretion than to wisdom. They are at the bottom of all wars and evils in the world. They can deceive even the gods, I am told. When thou art king, Capilla, put thy wisdom in this matter. Spare them not. They are the curse of the world. I regret that I slew not more of them. Huh? Look at the king going crazy again. After he just discovered that, you know, the spirits of the dead can retaliate, he like, yo, these false gods and they priests, I wish I could have slew more of them. That's what he's saying. That's real gang shit right there, if you want to talk gangster. And regret that I slew not more of them. My consciousness pricketh me for this. Hear what Capilla say. Verse 18. Capilla said, man's consciousness being only part of the man, may it not err? Is not the consciousness dependent for wisdom on other things? Huh? And after all, if we have done that which seemeth the highest, best thing at the time, have we not fulfilled the law? See that? Verse 19. The king said, it would seem so. Consciousness must be dependent for its error. It is justice on the education it had received. But may not conscience be a disease in the heart, to regret for not having done a thing, to regret for not having done a thing. These are irreparable complainings. Whoever can say beforehand and yet not err is wise indeed. I find that no man brought himself into the world, nor can he live but for a short period at most. When we are young, we dislike to die, but at my great age I desire not to live. Evidently, he who created us hath more mastery over us than we have over ourselves. Capilla said, this is true. Man at the most, man at the best, have not more than half mastery of himself. And that's where I'm going to stop right there, just to show you that Capilla is having a conversation with his stepfather, who was king, who got blood on his hands. And Capilla is still showing love to this man, although he got blood on his hands. You know what I mean? That's creator gang gang. Understand the difference. Now, let me go to the question that the brother asked about the Book of Judgment. The Book of Judgment, chapter 36, talking about removing of the old and the establishment of new things. You dig? I'll be right back. Let me get a drink, yes? Cause it's a vibes. It's a vibes. Yes, family. Honorable humility. I see the God. Oh, you hearing the hot pitch buzz? Oh, you know what? That may be my phone. It's a vibes. Hold on, family. It's the vibes. It's the vibes. Yo, let me know if y'all still hearing that buzzing sound y'all saying y'all hearing. Throw Puncher, what's good? Creator gang gang, peace, beloved. I don't hear it anymore. I kid. I think it was my cell phone. I think it was close to the mic. It picked up a little signal. But yeah, fam, we going in today, you know what I mean? Putting things in perspective. You know, people like to pervert things and make things what it's not. And that's how they get themselves in trouble. Y'all ever seen the movie Rosewood? Who have seen the movie Rosewood? When that white lady made a false allegation against that, said a black man raped her and it was that white man. And the white woman went back and spread that false allegation and the Europeans came and burnt down the whole goddamn Rosewood. See what a false allegations could do? See that? See what the seeds of false allegations could do? Look at the fruit that came from that. Destruction and death. So be careful what you put out there because that shit is going to come back on your head. Tenfold. Who the Creator bless? You can't curse. We are sons and daughters of the Creator, but don't get it twisted. Honorable humility is biased. She don't want to base. She biased. That's a biased statement right there. How does God Malachi bias? That's an excuse. These cowards these people are cowards. What's the debate? Look at the crime going on in the world. Look at Father's Day weekend, how many shootings there was throughout Chicago, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., even in Atlanta. And we talking about having a debate about books. And you niggas is running scared over that. You talking greasy and slick. Instead of just having a discussion about books. God damn, nigga, the Bible is a book. The Oahspe is a book. The goddamn Nazarene Gospel is a book. The Quran is a book. It's a book. When you go to the library, you read books. You don't go into the library and say, oh, I'm not picking that book because the white man wrote it. When you go into a library, you read books, regardless of who wrote the goddamn book. Ain't none of you niggas went into a library and it was all Israelite information. Show me an Israelite library with only Israelite authors. So stop fooling yourself. Matter of fact, here's a death blow to you Israelites. Y'all want to talk about y'all learning Hebrew, y'all speak Hebrew. Now, when you define the Hebrew word, you got to go to the Strong's Concordance. All you Hebrew Israelites use the Strong's Concordance to define your word. Now, check this out, right? They want to talk shit about the Oahspe being a white man's book. But the very goddamn definition for the terminology from Hebrew comes from the man named James Strong. Let's pull him up. These Hebrews want to talk shit. The niggas who define the definition of your Hebrew grammar is James Strong. The Strong's Concordance. He gave you that. Every Hebrew Israelite that look up a definition is going to revert to the Strong's Concordance. Because when Moses came down with the Torah, that nigga ain't coming no Strong's Concordance. Moses didn't come with a glossary book. Moses didn't come with a dictionary, a definition book. He ain't coming none of that. So where you niggas getting all this, all these definitions from these Hebrew words from? Oh, spirit mean this and ruach, you know. Well, who told you that? Moses didn't come down the hill telling you niggas that. Let me get this picture of James Strong. So these dudes constantly like to open a can of worms and bury themselves every time. Check this, yo. James Strong's. See that? Y'all see it? See the white boy? They want to talk about the white man and shit. They want to talk Oahspe was inspired by the white man, right? But this is the white boy who gave you niggas the definitions in your goddamn book. Huh? James Strong's. That's James Strong's family. You ever heard of the Strong's Concordance? The concordance that every Hebrew Israelite run to define their Hebrew word? This is the guy who created that. He created the definitions, the meaning, everything. He's behind the Strong's Concordance. Huh? Look like the brother of John Newbro to me. Look like the brother of John Newbro to me. Huh? And you Israelites want to talk shit? He gave you a whole nother book of definitions for your Hebrew grammar. You don't even know the real interpretation of your Hebrew grammar outside of this man right here. If you want to look at what ruach, spirit, mean in Hebrew ruach, you got to go to the Strong's Concordance. Let me pull up the Strong's Concordance so y'all can see what we're talking about. Y'all thought Strong's Concordance was just some book, huh? You ain't know that the nigga name was attached to it. The Strong's Concordance. You ain't know that. I remember a couple of Israelites when I brought that out, they didn't even know that. They didn't even know that James Strong's was the author or the compiler of the Strong's Concordance that they use to define Hebrew grammar, Hebrew words. If you want to find out what God means, you got to go to the Strong's Concordance. 430. The word God is 430 in the Strong's Concordance, and it's going to give you the word and definition. Look at that. They go to Strong's Concordance right there. See that? That's the white boy that gave you that, but y'all want to talk about goddamn John Newbro? So it seems to me we all in the same boat then. So let's debate the text now. You laughing at the white man, nigga, we laughing at you with Strong's Concordance. And then you got King James with the demonology book. Huh? That's why y'all got so many demons in your head. When we look at the definition of anything in the Bible, guess what? James Strong. That's the one who's giving it to you. Strong's Concordance. So anytime Oahspe family, if they want to clown the white man, that John Newbro wrote the Oahspe and this Edomite, tell them an Edomite gave them their goddamn definitions for the Strong's Concordance. Now what? Which is more detrimental now? The Oahspe written or channeled by John Newbro, which he said himself that he didn't channel. He didn't make up. He said it himself that this came from the angels. And the angels said that it came from the libraries in the heavens stored. Like if you want to go to the library and find some information in the past, we can go to the library and look it up. So these angels inspired John Newbro, and that's how the information came about. But James Strong, he came up in them definitions from his own goddamn carnal mind. So y'all following a carnal definition. Y'all don't even have no real definition of what the words of the Hebrew mean. When Moses came down with the laws, what Moses say? He said, God, what? Let's get it. Deuteronomy 9:3. Let's get it real quick. Watch this. Deuteronomy 9:3. Watch this. Watch this. Deuteronomy 9:3. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 9 verse 3. Is this it? No. 9 verse 10. And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of God. And on them was written according to all the words which the Lord spoke with you in the mount of the midst of the fire in the assembly. So here, the Lord gave Moses 2 tablets. Now, he didn't give niggas a goddamn Strong's Concordance. He didn't give one tablet the Torah and the second tablet the definition book. He didn't do that. When Moses read them law, statutes, and commandments, everything is self-explanatory. You don't need a definition to define what thou shalt not murder. Well, let's look up the word murder, and murder technically means slaughter, the slaughter of. See, Moses ain't coming with none of that shit. His words were plain. Thou shalt not murder, period. You don't need no definition. You don't need no Strong's Concordance for that. So when did you niggas decide to start wanting to define words and think that the definition of words is going to get you any closer to the Creator? James Strong's is your God. Because you niggas wouldn't even know the meaning of God if it wasn't for James Strong's, because he defined it in your book. Let me see. Let's see. Watch this, 430, Strong's. Watch this. I told y'all dealing with a monster over here, man. In order to define y'all words, y'all gotta go to Strong's, man. Watch this. Y'all always talk about the blue letter Bible. Oh, see, the blue letter Bible, I hear Sinetta and them going crazy. I'm like, what is this blue letter Bible these niggas talking about? But in your blue letter Bible, you gotta go to Strong's to goddamn define your word. And we gonna show and prove. Because that's what we do over here. Nothing but show and prove. Chapter and verse. Look at that. That's the blue letter Bible. Everybody love to talk about the blue letter Bible, right? Online. But what does that point to? It says Strong's. If you want to define anything on this blue letter Bible, you got to go to the Strong's goddamn concordance, and you got to define it. And the definition you get is going to be from this white man that he gave you. So what you saying now, family? So what you saying, Israel? The Edomite defined your Hebraic words. Talk to me. Like Cal P say? Cosmo Cal say? You got to go to the Strong's concordance if you want to define the word God. So you wouldn't even know the definition of God if it wasn't for this white boy, James Strong's. Yeah, go show every last one of these Israelites this. And tell them, explain to you why is a white man defining your goddamn Hebraic tradition and culture. Huh? Fuck out of here, yo. See, we talk shit over here. It's peace, love, and unity over here, but we talk shit. We talk a little foul at times. I'd rather speak foul than to go out there and spill a nigga brains or kill an infant. I'll talk a little shit. Yeah, we all got a little to work on, right? So now, let me get, oh yeah, that's it, the Strong's Concordance. This is the definition. Again, this is the Strong's Concordance definition, right? Because the Strong's Concordance for God, if you look up God in the Strong's Concordance, the number is 430. That's the number. 430 in the Strong's Concordance is going to give you the definition and the meaning of God. And we're going to show right here, while I remove James Strong, let me get rid of now if I bring them back so the people of them could feel their attitude. So alright, so check it. So look at that. Look at this. So they go to Strong's Concordance that you got to go to define God. Now here's the actual definition of God in the Strong's Concordance. Well, like I said, it's 430, H430. And then what it says, Elohim. And then look what it says below. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels. God. See that? We've been telling you niggas y'all worship angels. It's right there in your definition. You don't worship the Most High. You worship angels. Because God is an angel. We've been telling y'all that. The Oahspe already showed you that, but we showing you in your own definition. See, the white boy got you niggas worshiping angels. Since you want to talk shit. Oh, man. Look at that. Y'all worshiping angels, yo. Claiming to be the Most High in your own Strong. Even James Strong's got more sense to know that Elohim is an angel and not the creator. So technically, like I've been saying, you don't have the creator in the Bible. You don't have the creator in the Tanakh. What you have is deities. You have angels. Now, those angels can be in service to the creator, but they got to profess that. There's no scripture in the Bible where God professes the creator. Because keep in mind, God is an angel. It's right there. Ain't no angels professing the creator in the Bible. All the angels is professing themselves to be the Most High creator. See the difference? Understand the difference. Understand the difference. So let me bring back up James Strong. Because this is the guy who defines your Hebrew words. You would know nothing about no Elohim if it wasn't for him. Y'all talk about Elohim means powers. Who gave you that? Who told you that, Israel? James Strong told you that. He told you that. You wouldn't even know that mean power if you ain't have a Strong's Concordance. You wouldn't know what God mean if you ain't have a Strong's Concordance. Boom. That's James Strong. When you go to the Blue Letter Bible, it says Strong's. You look up the word God, H430. God mean what? Pronounced Elohim. And then what it states? Plural. Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. Game over. Grand opening, grand closing. You niggas is not following the creator in the Bible, but an angel, as proven. Now let's go into the Oahspe. Let's go into the Oahspe and further prove that God is an angel. Because we've been saying that in the Oahspe, that God is an angel but not the creator. Let's get it real quick. Let's get that God is an angel. In the Book of Divinity, right? We're going to go to the Book of Divinity on this one. In the Book of Divinity, chapter 1, verse, let me see. Well, you know what? Let me go to the Book of Discipline. That's the way where it actually give God as an angel. Let me get that one. Because that book, what I was just about to read, just showed the title. But let me get it where it say God is an angel also. So we can be clear and on the same page. Because the Bible's saying the same thing that the Oahspe saying, that God is an angel. And that is right and exact. But the difference is, God is not the creator. So now, let me see. Notice the Book of Oahspe. Let me get the Book of Discipline. So check this. Now in the Book of Discipline, chapter 1, verse 17, it states, as a kingdom on earth hath a king, and the king is nevertheless immortal. So in like manner is the heavenly place of thy God, a kingdom of angels, and the chief over them is God, an angel also. Now when we look at the definition, of Elohim, what does it say again? Angels. Gods is angels. And what did the Oahspe say? As a kingdom on earth has a king, and the king is nevertheless immortal. So in like manner, as above, so below, is the heavenly place of thy God, a kingdom of angels, Elohims, and the chief over them, God, is an angel also. But these are not the creator. See that? Oahspe's letting you know that these are angels. Now here's God telling you that you can't see the creator like you see thy fellow man. In the Book of Discipline, chapter 1 to verse 6. This is the wisdom, this is the words from the organic heaven. Verse 2. Hear the words of thy God, O man. Now keep in mind, God is an angel. We clear on that. So this is an angel talking. Hear the words of thy God, O man. I am thy brother, risen from mortality to a holy place in heaven. Profit thou in my wisdom, and be admonished by my love. Verse 3. For as I am thy elder brother, so shall it be with thee. See that? This is the angel telling you, you're going to become an angel in this heavenly kingdom in time to come. Not confusing you to be thinking that I'm the creator. For as I thy elder brother, so shall it be. Or it could be thy elder sister too, depending on who sit on the throne. It could be a male or a female. For as I am thy elder brother or sister, so shall it be with thee, to rise in the time, and to rise also in time to come, and look back to mortals and call them to the exalted heavens of the Almighty. Verse 4. To Jehovah. Now that he's talking about Jehovah. This is the angel, God, talking about the creator now. This is what you're not going to get out your Bible. You're not going to get a verse where God, the Lord thus said, is going to give reverence to the creator. So verse 4 states, Jehovah, all adoration and glory forever. Verse 5. By and through him is all life and motion and power, things seen and unseen. This is God talking. God is telling you that by and through him is all life and motion. But I thought God gave life and motion. But the Oahspe is putting things in proper perspective. Now here's the catcher, verse 6. Nor is there any angel in heaven so high or sufficiently wise to comprehend Jehovah in his entirety, nor to see him as thou seest thy fellow man. See that? So this is God saying, yo, you ain't going to see Jehovah the creator like you see your fellow man. Nor are you going to see him in its entirety. So it's letting you know that the creator is ever present. The only aspect of the creator that you see is creation. And the creator encompasses all things. So the seen things that you see is body and parts of the creator, which is nature, atmosphere, and cosmos. So understand the difference, yo. Oahspe is saying that gods are angels and angels are gods, and then these angels and gods are not the creator. But your Bible got you believing that these angels and gods are the creator. That's the difference. That's the point of contention. That's what we bringing out. That's the whole goddamn separating the wheat from the chaff. That's the whole split of this whole doctrine, is what I just said. A deity assuming to be the creator, and then you got another one saying, I am the creator. And I'm not, I set deities in motion. I mean, I set them in office. So that's what we got going on right there, family. They cut off that. James Strong's. So if an Israelite ever want to talk about John Newbro, bring up James Strong's on their ass and tell them you define every last one of your Hebrew words from this white boy. For those who want to play the white boy games and the white man games and the Chinese man games, I ain't got time for that shit. But we'll address it though. We'll address it to show your foolishness. That's why we'll address it, and then we keep it moving. We move on to another subject. Yeah, man, these Israelites is weak, yo. I thought niggas had better. I thought these niggas was warriors, man. I thought they was followers of the Messiah. I thought Messiah was a gangster, right? They want to talk about gangs and shit. Come on, man. The Strong's Concordance. That's what y'all defining all y'all words from. And James Strong. Let me put up James Strong. Put him back up again. Let me let that linger, because cats is forgetful. Take down the picture, they forget, and go back to talking shit, and you gotta remind their ass, put the picture right back up. You forgot? That quick? Let me bring the white boy back up for you niggas. You forgot? James Strong? You was about to go right back to that Strong Concordance and forget. Nah, nigga, throw that Strong's Concordance away. If the Oahspe is trash, throw that goddamn Strong's Concordance away. Throw that Bible away, because you can't define none of those Hebrew words without a Strong's Concordance. Gang, gang. Game over. Game over. Yeah, so Fitz, what's good, family? Cosmo and Cal in the building. Shalom, my key. I see the family in the building. Hold up. Yes, fam. He said that might be some angels buzzing the frequency. Yeah, because you know when you raise that vibrational frequency, it interferes with the electronics. The vibes. Your boy Selah, Shalom back at it. But yeah, man. Like I say again, yo, don't let these Israelites fool you with that white man shit. You know what I mean? Them niggas' definitions come from the Strong's Concordance, so don't get caught up. Don't get caught up with that nonsense, yo. That's why I say that, you know, we trying to stick to chapter and verse in the Bible, but y'all keep wanna go playing these games about the white man games and the this and the that game. So we play the games too. We'll stoop down to your minute level and navigate with you, and then raise your ass back up to show you where we at, chapter and verse. And then when you come to chapter and verse, you're gonna get decapitated. You're gonna get decapitated. Because then we're going to expose your God, because now you got to be subjected to chapter and verse. You can't speak your rants. You can't gossip no more. Now you got to just stick to the script. And that's what you niggas don't want to do. You're disobedient and you're dishonest and disingenuous. You don't want to stick to the script. You want to lean on your own understanding. You want to apply and add and take away what you want. But you don't want to stick to the script when held accountable in the debate. Because you know we're going to goddamn expose that bullshit to the fullness. Dwan, where said Bedrin? Respect to the God. They bleeding already. They bleeding Cosmo Cal. They bleeding bad. Jarmel, what's good, family? Yeah, man. Y'all been getting me on this live every day. Y'all been amping me up, man. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy this shit, yo. Like Facebook, we be going. Although we be battling with the whoever is against you. All that, I enjoy that shit, yo. You know what I mean? It's way worse the things nigga could be going through. You know what I mean? And then we have the ability to wake up, debate, you know what I mean? Still maintaining our living, our lights, because we got to pay bills. I can't talk to you if my bills ain't paid. I got to maintain a lifestyle. So it's a privilege to actually do this right here. It's actually a privilege. I'm thankful. That's why I said I ain't got no evil intent. I don't do things with evil intent. That's why blessings stay happening coming my way, because Jah know that my heart ain't wicked. Some of you niggas walking around with wicked hearts. You got some other faithists and some other Israelites watching this video and they got intention, they got hate in their heart, they upset, he's misleading. Nigga, how can I mislead the people? Nigga, everybody's grown folks here. Everybody adults. You only mislead kids, nigga, who can't think for themselves. But some of you niggas are kids. You can't think for yourselves. So y'all follow false gods, follow false leaders. Y'all follow men instead of following the Creator. Did Strong get those definitions from angels like John knew, bro? No. That nigga made that shit up. Do the research. I did the research. Do shit. You can go to James Strong's and do a Wikipedia. And it'll talk about the Strong's Concordance, how he and his colleagues compiled it. They compiled that shit. Them niggas made that shit up, bro. They ain't even get no ancient sources to say they gon'. Them niggas made that shit up. They define them words and everything. That's like me saying right here, the word early days of God. All right, we're gonna turn with God. We're gonna say there's an ain't. They made the words up. They defined it themselves. That's why it's called the Strong's Concordance. He wrote that shit. He made this shit up. Him and his colleagues. Watch tomorrow, everybody gonna deny the Strong's Concordance. That's right, Malika. You already know. Because I brought this out before, and some of the Israelites ain't know it, and it was hurt. It was cut. And I'm like, see, I ain't trying to do this. I ain't about this right here. I ain't about the white man this, the Chinese man this. I'm about, let's deal with the information, chapter and verse. Is Yahweh of the goddamn Bible the true and living, or is Yahweh of the Oahspe? Someone say, oh, this book was written in the 1800s. Nigga, this book was printed in the 1400s. It was given to Moses in the 15th century. Y'all don't have that copy. Y'all got the copy of Ezra. So Ezra's 4th century BC. So your Tanakh starts 4th century BC. It don't even go back to Moses. So your shit got a beginning date. Just like the Oahspe got a beginning date. Just like every other doctrine on this face of this planet got a beginning date. A beginning date don't dictate the information in it. That's how ignorant and naive and stupid and cunning with deception you niggas are. I'm starting to think you niggas was like special ed students in school, like niggas who, you remember back in class when you had to read, when the teacher made everybody read, you know, everybody in the line had to read a paragraph. And I ain't gonna lie, boys, some niggas was getting, like, start reading and be fucking up, we'll be cracking up crazy. Like, nigga can't read, ha ha ha. We in class cracking on this nigga because he can't read. If you can't read properly, you can't comprehend what you're reading. So a lot of people lack comprehension because they don't know how to read and comprehend at the same time. You remember in class, niggas, you be reading, but you ain't comprehending what you're reading. You just reading just to show that you can read, so you don't want to look stupid and read slow in front of other classmates. Come on, man. We dealing with high school shit right here. That's what bothers me. I thought we were grown men. I thought these niggas were soldiers and warriors about God. I thought they followed a God of war. I thought they followed an angry and jealous God. Well, they showing angry and jealous tactics. They definitely showing that. But where the war mentality at? Where the war mentality at? You know what I mean? I can't even say these niggas inspired by Luamung. At least Luamung had the balls to go out there and fight the gods. Luamung through Jabril got rid of Baal for niggas. Got rid of Baal. Got rid of all the evil. Remember what I read yesterday? Luamung is responsible for getting rid of the last of the evil gods. And we talking about 3rd century AD present time. That's when Luamung defeated Baal during the war with Maximus at Millennia of Rish 323 AD. That was the ending of the reign of Baal, and it was a physical war based off the inspiration of these gods, and that's documented. And that was the end of the reign of the evil gods of old. See that? So we clear on that. Now let me get to the brother, because he did ask me. I ain't forget about you, King. The Book of Judgment, chapter 36. We gonna get on that 37. Well, 36, yeah. We gonna get on that right now. So this was a request. So, peep game, this is wisdom. God said, now we in the Book of Judgment, chapter 36. God shows how he hath wrought. God said, verse 1, God said, behold the work of my hand, O man. As thou findest an old house no longer habitable, thou sendest workmen to pull it down, and then sendest laborers to clear away the rubbish. So that's what's going on right now. So it states what? As thou findest an old house, see, we and no longer habitable. Looks like this doctrine. It's an old doctrine. It's an old doctrine, no longer habitable, because too many people is waking up from this biblical God and saying, something ain't right with this God. He's not right and exact. There's too many unanswered questions. Why would God do this? Why would God do that? Things of old. So what? As thou findest an old house, no longer habitable, thou sendest workmen to pull it down, and then thou sendest laborers to clear it away. So we're pulling the Bible down with the fake gods. We're not telling you not to read your Bible. We're pulling down the doctrine of the false gods and clearing away the rubbish. So that's what we're doing. We're clearing away the rubbish. And the rubbish is the doctrine that this false God's been preaching for so long. We're clearing away the rubbish. Verse 2. Afterward, thou bringest builders. Who are the builders? We are the builders, because what we're doing after we break you down from these false gods, we building you back up to the Creator. And afterward, thou bringest builders, and they lay a new foundation, larger and broader than the old one. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're laying down a new foundation, broader and wider than the old one, meaning way more information, way more answers, and it has way more truth concerning the Creator, right? So check it. And afterward, thou bringest builders, and they lay a new foundation, larger and broader than the old one, and thereon they build thee a new edifice, adapted with new improvement unto the increase and requirements of the family. See that? The Oahspe is a new revelation dealing with the advancement of the people today. See that? So now, verse 3. Even so hath thy God labored for hundreds of years to prepare unto the generations of this day. See that? Y'all God stopped talking 2,000 years ago. The last time God in the Bible spoke is with the Messiah. He hasn't spoken since then. He's been silent for 2,000 years. So what does it say? Even so hath thy God labored for hundreds of years to prepare unto the generations of this day. Now, 2,000 years ago, if God was silent, how could he prepare for the generations of this day? In the Oahspe, it don't stop with Yahshua. The Oahspe keeps on going after Yahshua. It got Constantine. It got all the way up into the goddamn Republic of America in the Oahspe. And God is speaking throughout the whole time. Jehovah God, the angels, the false God. The continuation goes on after your Bible stops 2,000. After your Bible stops with Yeshua 2,000 years ago, the Oahspe shows the revelations of the angels continually from that 2,000 years. So when you read the Oahspe and see how 2,000 years ago, how the angels and God was maneuvering 2,000 years later, it's more you'll be more prepared on how to deal with it. That's why we exposing these false gods. Y'all ain't prepared. Because y'all ain't been prepared because your God stopped speaking to you 2,000 years ago and didn't give you instructions for today. Verse 4. For I saw beforehand that man would circumscribe the earth, and that all the nations and people thereon would become known to one another, meaning the present time. Verse 5. And I beheld also that in the coming time, which is now at hand, the old edifice of doctrines and creeds and religions, as of Brahma, Buddha, Jews, which is Hebrew Israelites, Confucius, Christians, and Mohammedans, would not fulfill the requirements of man. See that? You must be telling like, yo, y'all niggas had this reign for 2,000 years. Y'all had this doctrine for how long? From Yahshua's time to now, and y'all still ain't get it right. So it's done for. It's over with. Y'all broke the laws more than y'all following. What would you expect? How can the chosen people be chosen if you never following the laws correctly? Michael Jordan he wouldn't be the chosen if he kept missing the free throws. Michael Jordan was that nigga because he showed and proved. You see what I'm saying? You can't be the chosen person and you always missing a shot, fumbling the football, losing the race. How you the chosen if you always breaking the law and losing? Verse 6. Now, behold, O man, the wisdom of Jehovah previously. He had permitted corruption and contradictions to creep into the sacred books of all of the said great religions, purposely and with design, as to make easy the work of thy God. See that? Purposely had contradictions in the book. They say there ain't no contradictions? Let's get one right quick fast. Exodus 6:3. Quick fast contradiction. Exodus 6:3. Let's get it. Exodus 6:3. And then let me get Genesis 22:14. You know where we're going with it, for those who know. You know where we're going with it. Genesis 22:14. Let me go to Exodus 6:3. What does Exodus 6:3 state? And I appeared unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and by the name God Almighty, but by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. So the Lord tell Moses, and the Lord's supposed to be Yahweh. So it's technically saying, Elohim spoke to Moses and said unto him, I am Yahweh, and I appeared unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob by my name Elohim Almighty, but by my name Yahweh was I not known to them. But when you go to Genesis chapter 22, verse 14, Abraham called the name of the place Jehovah, Yahweh, Yahweh, as it is this day, in the name of in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. So long story short, this is a contradiction, because the Lord told Moses that Abraham didn't know the name Yahweh, and then we just read that Abraham knew the name Yahweh. So that's a contradiction. And what did the verse say in the Oahspe? What did it say? What did verse 5 say? No, verse 6. And now, behold, O man, the wisdom of Jehovah previously. He had permitted corruption, contradictions to creep into the sacred books of all the said great religions, purposely and with design, as to make easy the work of thy God. So now when we come through with the Oahspe to clear up this rubbish, it's easy work because the contradictions are already in there and you can't do nothing about it. You can't take it away. You can't add to it. You can't lean on your own understanding this way. You can't lean on your own understanding that way. You got to deal with what's written hook, line, and sinker. It's a contradiction. There ain't nothing you can do about it. So again, what did the verse say? He had permitted corruption and contradictions to creep into the sacred books of all the said great religions, purposely with design, as to make easy the work of thy God. Even Jeremiah tells you that, Jeremiah 8:8, the false pens of the scribes certainly work falsehood. See that? Verse 8, and behold, I, thy God, went to work systematically, inspiring man to accomplish even what man hath accomplished. Verse 9, I raised up scholars and infidels against these religions, inspiring them to attack the corruption and contradictions in the sacred books of all these people. What are we doing right now? Who sent them? What did Jehovah say? I raised up scholars. I, Jehovah, raised up scholars and infidels against these religions, inspiring them to attack the corruption and contradiction in the sacred books of these people. We are inspired to attack the falsehood by the Creator. So when me and Cal P and Malachi Maccabee and some of the other fakers, Daryl Cosmon, we go hard exposing this information because we are inspired by the Creator to do so. Y'all talk about prophecy, nigga. That's prophecy, right? So now, verse 10. And in the same time that I sent infidels against the Jewish Bible, the Tanakh, I sent infidels against the Hindu Bible, against the doctrine of Brahma, Buddha, Confucius, and against Christian and Islam, Muhammadism. And I made the beginning of the work of these infidels and scholars to correspond with the discovery of Gautama, America, by Columbus. And I kept them at their work for 300 years, which was up to the time of the establishment of the Republic of America, Gautama, which I, thy God, provided to be untrampled by the established religions. See that? Verse 12. After my workmen, the scholars and infidels, had thus undermined the old edifice, behold, I sent laborers under the name of merchants and traders to commerce and clear away the rubbish. Verse 13. And because of their desire in money getting, they considered not the religious edifice they considered not the religious edifice of any people. And they provided commodity relations wherever so they go, wheresoever they went. Verse 14. For 100 years these my laborers have been at work, stripping off and clearing away the prejudice of nations and people against one another. See that? Clearing away, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to show, yo, this ain't about no goddamn John Newbro. This ain't about the white man. This is bigger than the white man. This is about spiritual progression. But what did the Oahspe say? What did the verse say? For 300 years my laborers have been at work, stripping off and clearing away the prejudice of the nations, not just one nation, and peoples against one another. Because you got some East Indians that don't like your ass. It's East Indians that don't like white people, and there's white people that don't like East Indians. It's Chinese people that don't like black people, and Chinese people that don't like white people. It's racism and prejudice in all nations. Verse 16. First I send my miracle workers forth into every quarter, saying unto them, whatsoever was done by the ancient gods and saviors, do ye even so, and greater. For I will show unto all the world that no man nor God is worthy to be worshipped because of miracles. See that? Verse 17. And they went forth at my command, and my angels went with them, doing wonders. Verse 18. They healed the sick by the laying on of hands. They restored the blind to sight, and made the deaf to hear, and have brought the supposed dead to life. Verse 9. They have caused writings to come on stone tablets and on paper in the light of day by unseen hands. Verse 20. They have caused ponderous bodies without mortal contact to move and to beat to the music. Verse 21. A child hath lifted 8 full-grown men with her little fingers. Verse 22. They have passed full-blown flowers and plants through boards and tables unbruised and uninjured, and yet there was neither a hole nor an opening in the boards or tables. Verse 23. They have made stars of light that spake with audible voices. They have made pillars of fire by night and pillars of fire by day. Verse 24. They have caused the spirits of the dead to appear as if in flesh and blood, and while thus appearing, talking face to face with their mortal kin, who saw them and heard them, and by the subject of their discourse proved them to be very angels of heaven, returned to their earth kin and friends. Verse 25. For the time of one generation thy God hath thus kept open the gate of heaven, working through mortals by the angels of heaven. verse 26. My testimonies and my witnesses are hundreds and thousands. I hide not the work of my hand and of my angels in a corner. See that? He don't hide his angels in the corner. We out here. He said, I extend them abroad over the earth, and I manifest in the cities and country places. I prove unto all peoples that common men and women can do miracles for which gods and saviors have been worshipped. Yeah, I give these powers unto good and bad men, unto good and bad women. Verse 28. For I show miracles in order to break down the worship of miracle workers. See that? Verse 29. For I will have none worship but Jehovah, the Creator. And I have inspired angels to this end. See that? And to the end that good works and wisdom shall be henceforth the means of resurrection in heaven. Huh? Good works. The service, it don't matter. Sprinkling blood on the altar, ain't none of that. Got nothing to do with your spiritual progression. What did Jehovah say? What did Jehovah say? For I will have none worship but Jehovah. And I have inspired angels to this end. And to the end that good workers and wisdom shall be henceforth the means of resurrection in heaven. Verse 30. And I have shown also that only by harmony and union of many can any great good come unto the generations of men. And there you have it. Grand opening, grand closing. Grand opening, grand closing. So right there is showing you that the Creator breaks down old things, remove them, reestablish new things, or establish new things for the progression of man. See that? Easy work. That was a good one, King. I forgot who sent that. Who sent me that to read? That was a good one. That was a great one. See how the Oahspe read? We ain't read nothing about no goddamn angry and jealous God. We ain't read nothing about a God go telling us to go kill infants or to go be hating another nation. Oahspe is showing unification of the whole, because if you're dealing with the Creator got sons and daughters. He's responsible for all his children. Like in the Bible, look at you like God created man and only chose Israel, and then now the rest of the world is just pawns, useless. Coca-Cola Chris, what's good, family? Yes, my brother. Blessings and salutations and respect to them things there. Yeah, Eric Hamilton, I see you. Oahspe is the way. It's groundbreaking. Exactly. This is the wisdom of the Oahspe. Ain't nothing we talked about coming from Jehovah yet that I read that was destructive. I ain't read a verse out of here from Jehovah yet where Jehovah said, go slay your enemies. Huh? But in your Bible, it's telling you to go slay your enemies. They over here taking life left and right in the Bible. And we ain't even gonna entertain that right now. We gonna stay on this high vibrational frequency with the Oahspe Creator gang. See that? This is the gang of the Creator. Information, wisdom, knowledge, empowerment, unification of like-minded ones. Exposing the corruption in the book like the Bible say. That's what we've been doing this whole time. That's what Selah Shalom came out here doing for years now. What did it say? I raise up scholars and infidels against these religions, inspiring them to attack the corruption and contradictions in the sacred books. What you think we've been doing, sis? Huh? Creator gang is inspired to attack and expose the contradictions. Understand what Creator gang about. You know what our war tactics is in Creator gang? You know how we go to war? Let me show you how we go to war. Since you want to classify us as a gang, this is how we go to war. I'm going to read. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, yeah. Where it at? Let me find that verse. See how Jah is revealed? Took me right to it. No dragging time. Book of Wars against Jehovah. Chapter 17, verse 11. God inquired concerning warfare. Now remember, your God of the Bible is a God of war. But here, God is inquiring warfare. Now, if God is the creator, why would he be inquiring warfare to somebody else? He's the creator. He's supposed to have all the answers. So the Oahspe is showing you, we already discovered that God is an angel, not the creator. So here in the Oahspe, God is inquiring warfare. And this is what Jehovah said, verse 12. Jehovah said, verse 11, let me start from verse 11. God inquired concerning warfare. Verse 12, Jehovah said, now this is created gang. I answer all things by good. To the good at heart, I give good thoughts, desires, and holy observation. To the perverted of heart, I hold up my glories and the beneficence of virtue and peaceful understanding. That's created gang. To them that practice charity and good works unto others, laboring not for self, I give them the highest delight. This is created gang. Thou they be prickled in the flesh with poverty and wicked persecution, because then we live in a poverty neighborhood. We get persecuted by the police, persecuted by racism and prejudice and hate. They be prickled in the flesh with poverty and wicked persecution, yet their souls are as the waters of smooth running rivers. Like me, I ain't out here trying to goddamn do evil to niggas. I'm reading scripture exposing the false gods and bring you back to the creator. That's created gang. And then it states what? Amongst them that practice evil and destruction and war, I send emissaries of benevolence and healing, who have plenteous words of pity. That's created gang. We go to the gang bangers to say, yo, fall back, stop banging. Yo, don't be doing that. Don't claim them colors. You're going to end up getting killed, young man. That's created gang. Understand the difference. Understand the meaning of the slogan and the movement. It ain't got shit to do with what the verse just said right here. Amongst them that practice evil. How are we going to practice evil? Who practicing evil in the Oahspe? When the Oahspe shows you that evil is against the ways of the creator, and we trying to show you the ways of the creator. But you niggas is practicing evil because your God is practicing evil in the Bible. He's telling you to kill infants. He's telling you to goddamn be mindful, stop worshiping devils, because y'all was worshiping devils at one time. He's commanding Israel to prepare 20 years up to go to war. He's taking the lives of innocent Israelites at 20 years old to go to war to fight the Canaanites, practicing evil. So what did it say? Amongst them that practice evil and destruction and war, I send emissaries of benevolence, of healing, who have plenteous words of pity. That's created gang. We don't go to war. We got plenty words of pity for those who do go to war. We come with healing. Your boy's a healer. I done healed people with many ailments. What have you done? You don't understand what we got going on over here. You don't even understand the movement. It's creator first, then gang. So if it's creator gang, then that means creator is author of the gang. Not goddamn us, not no niggas running around practicing evil. You dig? Angelica, I see you. Hands up already. Bless, fam. Joss, I see you. Daryl Cosmon in the building. I see you, family. Yeah, we going in today. What you got? Seeping Homage 2-119. What you got? Seeping Homage? Oh, y'all throwing the Oahspe verses at me? Seeping Homage? See, that's the female goddess. So you got females running shit in the Oahspe. But y'all told her be quiet. That's why them Israelites having a hard time, because they want to control the women. They want to tell you to shut the fuck up because, you know what I mean, you reading the Oahspe, you ain't got no authority over us because they coming from the biblical standpoint. Now that you done now that these sisters done spread their wings and then got they goddess passport back, they calling shots. They were calling these niggas out. Boy, I ain't got to bow down to you. I ain't got to, you know what I mean, stoop down to you and be quiet in the church. In the Bible, you the curse for the downfall of man, Eve. It's Eve's fault because women sinned and sin came into the world. They blame the woman for that. They blame the woman for sin coming into the world. They blame the woman for childbearing and having period blood. They blame the woman, and then they say the woman can't talk. She got to be silent. Come on, y'all want to go with that? That's the doctrine y'all want to go with when the Oahspe is showing you that you got Seeping Homage, daughter of Jehovah, daughter of the Creator, Etherian ambassador? And y'all want to stick to this goddamn Paul's teachings and these teachings of these goddamn false gods? Come on, yo. All right. Now we in the book of Seeping Armage, daughter of Jehovah. See, you will never hear nothing like that coming out the Bible. You will never hear a word like daughter of Jehovah in the Bible. Never. See that? So you say daughter of Jehovah. What does that mean? The Creator is our father and our mother, because he is masculine and feminine in creation. He's not a man or a woman floating around somewhere. He's masculine and feminine energy, the vortex here. That's the Creator's power in motion. And the sons and daughters, we are sons and daughters of the Creator. That's why in the Oahspe it say sons and daughters, the son of such and such, the son of Jehovah, the son of Jehovah. Then it says the daughter of Jehovah, the daughter of Jehovah. So that's what it is, man. Everybody classifies as sons and daughters. Ain't no separation. So now, this is the book of Seeping Armage, chapter 2, verse 1. We're going to go through 1 through 9. Verse 1. Seeping Armage said, I looked afar and saw the earth and her heavens traveling on. I listened to the voice of mortals and merchants and counted over his gains. He said, this is heaven. A drunk coffered a cup of poison. He said, this is heaven. A wanting said, this is heaven. A general, red with blood, counted the badges of his breast. He said, this is heaven. A tyrant, rich in toiling slave said, this is heaven. Then a vast multitude, all smeared with blood of war, pointed to a field of mortals slain and said, this is heaven. This is your false God in the Bible right there. You niggas was looking at the Canaanites on the battlefield of Canaan dead. This is heaven. Oh, we did a great glory to you, God. Look how many Canaanites. Look at all these infants we done killed. Look at all these ox and goats and sheep we done killed. And blood all over their face, blood all over their hair, blood all over their garments. They like, yeah, Lord, look what we done did. We done killed all these people for you, looking like delirious fools saying that bullshit. So what did it say again? Then a vast multitude, all smeared with blood of war, pointed to a field of slain mortals and said, this is heaven. A farmer stretched wide his arms toward his great possessions, uncultivated, and said, this is heaven. A little child with the toy said, this is heaven. Deep. Verse 2. Then spoke Jehovah, saying, none of these can though convince to the contrary. They are not ready for deliverance. See that? Just like you niggas, y'all ain't ready for deliverance, but we ain't gonna stop reading the word, because we is waking up people. But y'all not ready for deliverance. Y'all want to stay bound to them what you think is heavenly. Verse 3. I listened to the voice of spirits of angels traveling with the earth. A wanderer going about with nothing to do said, this is heaven. An obsessor of mortals and of other angels said, this is heaven. The fairies, the butterflies, angels, the triflers that forever look in crystal waters to behold their own form said, this is heaven. The rollicking, deceiving angels went and inspired mortals to falsehood. Huh? What did it say? It says deceiving angels went and inspired mortals to falsehood. These angels said, this is heaven. Meaning they enjoy doing that bullshit. Vampire angels that nestled in the atmosphere of mortals, largely living on their substance, said, this is heaven. Evil angels obsessing mortals for murder's sake. Evil angels possessing mortals for evil's sake. You niggas said y'all comfortable with killing infants. Evil angels inspire mortals for evil's sake. That's what y'all gonna be doing with Israel. It's gonna be a set of evil angels that's gonna get in your head and inspire you to go out there and murder, because you thinking it's the Most High's voice. But if you understood that the Most High never commanded the killing and stood on that, you would know that if any voice or any angel coming to you talking about bear arms, you know that that angel is false. But being that your God is false, you're confused. So if that angel says, yo, we have a message, the Lord thy God, Yahweh said it's time, bear arms, you niggas gonna go up there and bear arms, because you don't know better. These is heaven. Angels, evil angels obsessing mortals for murder's sake, to make mortals burn houses and torture helpless creatures, said this is heaven. Verse 4. Then spoke Jehovah, saying, none of these can though convince to the contrary. They are not ready for deliverance. See that? So deliverance got to deal with saving. You know, deliverance, to be delivered, salvation, no, that is one and the same. So ain't none of these people ready for salvation. Y'all talking about Yahshua's salvation. Ain't none of these people ready for salvation. Watch this. Verse 5. Again, I listened to the sounds coming from the far off earth, and I heard the prayers of mortals. The king prayed for his kingdom and for himself. The general prayed for success in war. The merchant for great gains. The tyrant for great authority. Verse 6. Jehovah said, only the earth can answer such prayers. What does Jehovah mean when he says only the earth can answer such prayers? Meaning earthly spirits, spirits that have not learned to leave the first resurrection, these wandering spirits answer prayers as such. So if you got $1 million, you praying, or the God gave me $1 million, he ain't give you $1 million. Jehovah said what? Only the earth can answer such prayers. Verse 7. I listened again for the prayers of mortals. They had great affliction. Now listen to this carefully. I listened again for the prayers of mortals. They had great affliction, the dire disease and famine and wars. The merchants were bankrupt, and there were great suffering, and they prayed for deliverance. Verse 8. Jehovah said, should thou deliver them, they would return to their old evil habits. I say unto thee, the merchant shall be bankrupt, the king shall fail, the general be overthrown, the healthy shall be sick for a season. Except they know my power, they cannot learn. Except they feel affliction, they will not help one another. Shall man say, O Jehovah, come thou and heal the sick? Shall he not first of all recognize my power, recognize my will, and know my power? Verse 9. To give money to the drunkard, what good is that? To give wealth and earthly prosperity to them that acknowledge not me is to set them against me. To give healing to the fevered is to teach them that I have no power in the unseen air. Answer not the prayers of them, of these. See that? Verse 10, we're going to keep going to verse 10, beloved. I listened once more to the prayers of mortals. Here's the catcher. And they were such as lived according to their highest light. They purified their flesh by food. They purified the flesh by pure food and by bathing every day. And they went about doing good works, about doing good constantly, hoarding up neither clothes, nor silver, nor gold, nor anything earthly. And they purified their thoughts by putting away the evil tongue, and the evil eye, and evil ear. And many of them were bound by the kings and tyrants and the laws of mortals, and some of them were sick. And they prayed, saying, now here's the answers that Jehovah, here's the prayers that Jehovah answers. So pay attention to, if you want your answered prayers, pay attention to this piece of wisdom. And they prayed, saying, great is my affliction, O Jehovah. I know that thy sight I am justly punished. Verse 11. But hear thou my prayer, O Father. Make me strong that I may carry heavy burdens for the weary. Give me liberty that I may go about helping the poor forever. Give me wisdom that I may uncover the glories before men. Verse 12. Jehovah said, go thou, my daughter, and deliver them. They are ready for deliverance. Answer thou the prayers of such men. See that? They're ready for salvation. But what did they do for Jehovah's ear to be heard? It said what? But hear thou my prayer, O Father. Make me strong, that I may carry heavy burdens for the weary, the service done unto others. Give me liberty, that I may go about helping the poor forever, the service done unto others. Give me wisdom, that I may uncover the glories before men, the service done unto others. And Jehovah said what? Go thou, my daughter, and deliver them. They are ready for salvation or deliverance. Answer thou the prayers of such. See that? That's what the brother wanted to bring out. So what you think you praying for and you calling heavily and you thinking you praying is not coming from the Creator. But if you pray to do service unto others, if you pray that you could go out there, give me strength so I can go out there and help my brothers and sisters, the Creator going to answer your prayer. Understand how the Oahspe is laying out how to hear the voice of the Creator and how for you to receive messages from the Creator. True indeed. Yes, yes, yes. Respect, King. Jah, Elijah, Star Walker. Brandon Carter, animal sacrifice. No animal sacrifices. You don't need no animal sacrifices to serve the Creator. You may need an animal sacrifice to serve a particular God, but we don't serve gods. We serve the Creator. And we just read what catches the prayers of the Creator. When you ask to serve others in righteousness, the Creator will answer you. He'll give you whatever you want. If you do the service done unto others, is how you resurrect in the Oahspe. Like I know in the Bible, you was taught that, God went to Moses and gave him 613 laws, and you got to uphold these 613 laws. Now, that's right and exact according to community living. Because the laws given in Leviticus is laws about how to govern a community. It's not spiritual progression. Spiritual progression doesn't, the Bible doesn't tell you how to progress after death. Spiritually progression, the first, second, and third heaven, and ethereal, it don't tell you none of that. It's like school. It's like being in school and you're caught up in a subject, but you lose sight that you're in school to graduate. You don't know that you're supposed to graduate. And the people who read the Bible don't know that it's graduation one day. They don't know that. They think they're going to be stuck in high school forever. The principal of that high school is their God, and they're not going nowhere. They think that this is the end all be all. But in the Oahspe, it shows you that spiritual progression works like school. You start off here, you're educated in the school, you graduate that school, then you go to a higher school of education. And you graduate there and you continue to progress throughout the heavenly kingdom. That's spiritual progression. But spiritual declination is when you're stuck and you're bound in one area and you're not going nowhere. That's called stagnation. That's called spiritual stagnation, when you're stuck in the grades. That's like being left behind. When you in school, you know cats that may have been left behind like 3 or 4 times. You in the 12th grade and this nigga's still in the 9th and 10th grade. Like, nigga, you've been left back twice, nigga. We in 12th grade. We about to graduate and you still in the goddamn 12th grade. In the 10th grade. Get your shit together. Stay focused and get up out of here. That's what we're basically telling you, Israel, and the rest of the people listening. We're telling you to get focused so you can graduate at the harvest time when the Creator got them times assigned. That's right. Everyone comes back to the Great Spirit. Those are purified prayers. Exactly. You don't really get prayers like that from the Bible. Exactly. The Bible, they praying for destruction of their enemies and shit like that. They talking about bashing babies' heads, killing infants. See the difference from the way the Oahspe read compared to your Bible? I had to get a cat today. He tried to say, oh, look, Jehovah's the creator of evil. Like, Jehovah's the creator. See, when you have a God claiming to be the author of good and evil, they're not God as false because he's a deity claiming to be the Most High. Only the creator is the architect. He's the creator, the destroyer. Some people look at destruction as death. Look at destruction as evil and death, not knowing it's part of the cycle of creation. When a hurricane comes through this motherfucker, it destroys everything. Look at Katrina, a hurricane. It decimated New Orleans. You think Jehovah was sitting around, I'm not going to use this house, I'm not going to do this house. Everybody felt the impact. Was Jehovah evil for that? No. What did man have to do? Had to fortify the levees, had to build better structures to prevent the elements from overtaking. We are supposed to master the elements. That's why we got levees out in the ocean in the first place. That's what we're here to do on the planet, to master the elements. You dig? The choices are easy, appears easy and simple. No doubt, sis. No doubt. No diggy doubt. No diggy doubt. That was a late comment. Okay, I got you. No doubt. It's all good. We can still address it though, No animal sacrifices required. Just the lessons taught. The service done unto others. That's the command. That's the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Creator as far as your spiritual progression is the service done unto others. So if you leave your house right now and you're about to walk into a store and you see an elderly woman about to walk in like she's struggling a little bit with the cane, you go open that door, and when she look at you and say, "Thank you, sir," That's service done unto others. That counts as spiritual progression. As simple as that is, as vague that is, as you wouldn't consider that as nothing. You just walk in and open the door for later. You ain't consider it. But that has everything to do with your spiritual progression. You driving down the street, see somebody pulled over, they tire blown out. You pull over, decide you want to help them. That's the service done unto others. That's what counts. The more you do things like that, the more you're going to see things start shaping up spiritually for you. I know homeless people, when I go downtown back, I know homeless people in the city, yo. These niggas that give you their shirt off their back and they already homeless. And they talking to people who got stuff. I seen that. I seen homeless people give their last to other people. I test one of them. I said, yo, let me hold $1. Nigga gave me his dollar. I gave it back to him. I just wanted to see if he was going to give it to me. He gave it to me. See that? Don't sleep on the homeless. Don't walk past the homeless and they homeless and looking bummy and shit like that. And you look down on them because they homeless. Them niggas got a more higher spiritual grade than a man living in a mansion. Believe that. They going to come into the spiritual world like a goddamn god. While you going to come into the spiritual world looking like how they was on earth, a peasant. Scorn to be looked on. You dig? Book of Osiris 2:8. Y'all got me reading today. Okay. We gonna vibe after this. I think we straighten this out. See, the Book of Osiris is one of the most coldest books, yo. You want to talk about gang? Shit, Osiris was gang. He was the hardest nigga in the Oahspe. Osiris came through, this motherfucker ain't playing no games with none of these false gods. He came through toppling the heavenly kingdom, breaking them down and building them back up. This is the Book of Osiris, chapter 2, verse 17, it states, touching the matter of slaves, there is but one master, and he ruleth over all. See, in the Bible, God judges in the congregation of other gods. So you can't be one if you got others among you. What did the Oahspe say? There is but one master, and he ruleth over all. But it lieth in the power of each and every soul to attune himself with the all person, which is freedom. Of such are my hosts. Thy slaves attune thyself to thee. They cannot raise higher than thou. My hosts have the universe for their model, because thou cannot find the cause of the coming into life. Why not say thou? A name I will call him, and it shall be Jehovah. Let me read some more, because we in Osiris. So check this. And now this is so this is basically, to sum it up, this is Osiris talking to the false god, asking him why you got slaves. And he's like, yo, you can't have no slaves. There's only one creator, and we are all servants of the creator. But you can't sit there and make slaves and act like you god of these slaves. That's what Osiris is basically telling the nigga, right? Clearing shit up. So look what the next verse say. Now began Utiah. This is the name of the false god, Utiah. It says, now began Utiah with a long discourse. So now he's about to give this long speech to Osiris after Osiris said what he just said. The which Osiris waited not to hear. He said, man, I ain't about to hear this. And what did he do? But turned to his marshals, saying, break ye down the walls of God, and raise me 10,000 pillars of fire. I will here rebuild Jehovah's kingdom. Let the Enuish chant, all hail to Osiris, God of heaven and earth. So Osiris is like, nigga, I ain't got time to hear this shit. Yo, he told the marshals, break this nigga heavenly kingdom down. Bam, broke his heavenly kingdom down. Tell them niggas to declare Osiris, God of heaven and earth. When you read the Book of Osiris and Oahspe, cold-blooded. You want to talk about gangster? Osiris is gangster. The way he dealt with them false gods was gangster. No playing around, not long reasoning. Once he say what he's saying, you got some slick shit, man, cut that shit. Yo, bomb, knock down this nigga heavenly kingdoms and rebuild them back up. Dope story. If you ain't never read it. So he said what? Verse 19 states, to which the astonished Utiah, the false god, stood silently, as if to know if it were real or but a frenzied dream. So after Osiris did that, he stuck like, am I dreaming? Is this real? He in denial. And then he said, what? That anyone should so unrecognize his power, now well established for 300 years. So he like, who would do this? I've been established for 300 years, King of Kings, and who gonna come in here and do this? Who is this guy? Verse 20, out of the ship came the host, and without command or waiting to know their parts, but everyone in time to the music taking place in the citadel, Osiris strode forward, and by the majesty of his power overturned the throne of Yataya, the false god, and heaped the rubbish aside. So Osiris done tore this nigga kingdom down and heaped the rubbish to the side. Yo, get that bullshit out of here. That's gangster. Break this nigga kingdom down. Get that shit out of here. He over there like, is this real? The false god is rubbing his eyes trying to figure out if this is real or not. And then what did Osiris do? Then stretched forth his hand. He said, this is Osir, verse 21. In thy name, O Jehovah. See, Osiris calling on the Creator. They're not calling on themselves. He calls on the Creator. In thy name, O Jehovah. And by virtue of thy power, in me vested, do I here command the elements to do my will, and raise me a throne worthy of thy immortal Son. And with his voice, his hosts in concert quickly piled the adamant seat, and hung it around with transparent tapestry, woven with the elements of silver and gold. Verse 22, the while the laborers of Osiris overturned the walls of Yataya's city, the false god, and set free his millions of slaves. See that? Even while Yataya, the false god's officer, panic-stricken, dropped on their knees. What? What did they do? They dropped on their knees. Who dropped on their knees? Let's see who else dropped on their knees real quick. Who else dropped on their knees? Let's remind them. What did he do? Drop on his knees? Let's read that again. While the laborers of Osiris overturned the walls of Yataya, the false god's city, and set free his millions of slaves, even while Yataya, the false god's officers, panic-stricken, drop on their knees, pleading for pity. See that? Pleading for pity, like Jehu right there, kissing the feet of the Assyrians, pleading for pity. Oh man, you can't make this up. Pleading for pity, or fled preceptuously off to the earth. And Yataya, alright, I just wanted to show that just to convey the message. You know how I like to do. Always show illustrations to convey the message. So he on his feet. And then it said, what? And Yataya, the false god, conjuncturing the worthlessness of his staff compared to that which descended from the higher heavens, shouted and called in vain to his most steadfast zealots in time of peace, an easy rule. Behold them in thousands, vanquishing without even a cruel deed or word. Verse 23. Not long the fray lasted, for Osiris' work was as if a man were overturning the toys of a child. Look at the content they gave you. Look at the power of Osir. This Ethereal god coming to this atmospheric false god, overtoppling this kingdom like a damn child with a toy. I said, wow, look at that. It stated what? Not long the fray lasted, for Osiris' work was as if a man were overturning the toys of a child. And Yataya, the false god, to prove his faith in himself, see that false gods have faith in themselves and not the creator, stood sole spectator. Stood sole spectator, unmoved from his tracks, but helpless, wondering what could come next. But now Osiris, with no words of explanation or excuse, ascended the new throne and gave the sign in Jehovah's name. He gave a sign. The sign in Jehovah's name. These niggas throwing up the gang signs that the gangbangers be using. Where you think these signs come from? All these signs that they talk about in the Oahspe, the sign, they signal with the sign of Jehovah. Just like I said, in the Rastafari community, they use the signs. What does this mean? That means hail the king. When I see another Rastaman, we use the sign, hail the king. If I see a Rastaman and I want to show love, I put my hand on my heart and I bow. That means love in the Rasta community. We use the signs of Jehovah. We understand what it means. You understand? So what did it say? It said Osiris sat on it. He said he ain't waste no time. He dropped this false god's heavenly kingdom, his throne, built the new one, and then sat on the throne of the false god kingdom where it used to be. This is Osiris. He gangster. He gangster with it. So it said what? But now Osiris, with no words of explanation, because real gangsters don't talk, or excuses, they don't make up excuses, ascended the new throne and gave this sign in Jehovah's name, which was answered by his mighty host, when beheld from the vault of heaven above, there descended mantles of light, matchless in brilliance. Verse 24, the false god himself was illuminated, and all his former evil deeds and cruelties stood out in huge black spots. See that? Quailing before the sea of light. See that? These Etherians comes with light. Light comes with fire and heat. The false god couldn't even withstand being. That's like when it's too hot outside and it's too hot and you got to run back inside because you can't take the heat. It's the same thing with the lights of these Etherian gods, sons and daughters of the Creator. It says with what? It says, from the vault of heaven above, there descended mantles of light, matchless in brilliance. The false god was himself illuminated, and all his former evil deeds and cruelty stood out in huge black spots. What? Huge black spots. His evil deeds were shown on his spirit body, because your spirit body is all light. So if you got spots, that's showing your evil deeds right there. That's darkness on your soul. So it stated what? It said it was seen in huge black spots, quailing before the sea of light. For round on every side stood millions of souls, all pure and transparent, washed by the ordeal of time and holy works. See that? But the false god was not all evil, or short in owning an honorable adversary, and so quickly comprehended his awful plight in the midst of purity. First let fall a tear, the which in pity blinded him from witnessing further his dire humiliation. See that? And next, with blundering of beaten schoolboy, he said, and next, with blundering of a beaten schoolboy, he cried out. He cried out like a schoolboy. So see the power of Jehovah's Etherian angels, how they dealing with this false god? This is your biblical God that's quailing like this. This is your biblical God got huge spots of darkness on his spirit, of evil deeds, or practicing evil, or sending out evil spirits. This is your false God being exposed. And then this is what your false God will say, verse 25. Enough, enough, thou God Almighty. Take me hence from thy dissolving fire. I was but wont to witness some great God's deed, to find proof of my own worthiness. So now he acting like a little kid. Enough, enough, thou God Almighty. Take me hence from this dissolving fire. Please stop. He says, what? I was but wanting to witness some great deeds. I just want to witness, I was just playing around. That's how this nigga bitching up now before Osar. Verse 26. But Osiris was not new to such situations, and proceeded with the affairs of heaven, appointing officers and laborers, and apportioning his high council to do Jehovah's will, and so left the false god to sweat a while in his own torment. See that? Verse 27. Oh, give me relief, cried the false god, thou God of heaven and earth. I consume, I burn in purity's flames. For pity, turn down the consuming light. So this false god is like, yo, turn down the heat, I'm burning, it's too hot. Because Osiris, these Etherian angels, they turned up. When they turned up, they put on that ultraviolet light on his ass, and now he can't take the light. It's too hot for him. He burning. In verse 28, look what it states. Osiris halted from his labor long enough to answer thus. All light cannot cease for convenience of one man. See that? He not going to dim down the light because of you. Nigga, you better learn to adjust. When that hurricane come through, Jehovah not singling out no families. It's racing. It's running through the whole thing. You see that? So Osiris halted from his labor long enough to answer thus: all light cannot cease from convenience of one man. Clothe thyself, O false one, with robes of darkness, and hide thy cruel butcheries. Thou, that wouldst have made slaves of thy host, should be of holier metal than to plead for help. Behold, not one of thy slaves have taken or asked to bow in obedience to the righteous. The worlds are free. Only evil men and evil gods quail before Jehovah's ceaseless fire. Huh? Only evil men and evil gods quail before Jehovah's ceaseless fire. Y'all see how the Oahspe read? We showing you one who was in service of the Creator named Osiris, and then we showing you the nature and conditions of false gods, assuming to be the Creator, and how these ethereal angels come and topple their heavenly kingdom, rebuild it back up, restore them niggas to law and order to the Creator. I ain't seen nothing demonic yet. Purity, flames of purity, huh? That's what it's a watch, be cold-blooded, Joe. Damn, I ain't know I still had James Strong's on the camera. But they ain't gonna forget that, though. They ain't gonna forget that, though. What y'all talking about in the chat, fam? See what y'all talking about. That's deep indeed, family. Speak on how they treat him after setting up straight. Yeah, give me the chapter and verse to that. I'll read it. I'll go to it. But the Oahspe reads beautifully, yo. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful read. If it's a fairy tale book, goddamn it, it's the best fairy tale book ever written. And it's a fairy tale book talking about the Creator. But this fairy tale book, called the Bible, got you sprinkling blood on the altar for the Lord God. In that book, it got you burning fat for a sweet Savior for the Lord God. Which one you follow? A blood sacrificing God that requires blood and sprinkling of animal blood? And the killing of goats and lambs for sin and peace offerings? Or would you follow a Creator that says the service done unto others through righteousness and good works, purifying thy body, is how you resurrect in the kingdom? Which one sound more realistic and persuasive? That just makes sense to me, simple and plain. No doubt, Brandon. It's simple and plain, yo. See that? Don't let these false gods lure you into their doctrine anymore. They are totally exposed. And it's only helping them, because they're trying to get up and out too. The Lord's first book, chapter 16, verse 15. Yet they that wouldn't kill not because of their natural love to me and my created sons and daughters, they impress into service of war, taking them from their kindred, saying to them, come away from peace and kill. Be thou slayers of men. Be a soldier of death for the glory of the king. See that? That's what the false gods want you to be. Slaughterers of men. Come away from peace. Come kill. You know what I mean? Let's go to the Bible. What did God do? What did God tell the Israelites when they left Egypt and they was going into the land of Canaan? In the book of Numbers? Go to war, Israel. The book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 3, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go to war in Israel. So just imagine your son and your daughter 20 years old, or your son. Some of y'all sons are 20 years old and y'all still look at him like he a child. He ain't no grown, he ain't fully developed. He don't know it all yet. But just imagine you take an immature child, a young man that's not fully developed, and send his ass to warfare. When in the Oahspe, it stated what? It stated what? They impress into service of war, taking them from their kindred, saying to them, come away from peace and kill. What they doing here in Israel? Take 20 years up and older and get ready to go to war. From 20 years on up, y'all getting ready to go to war. Before that, y'all wasn't war. Y'all was, I guess, at peace, right? But now y'all about to go to war. Y'all taking away from peace and taking to kill. And then it states what? Verse 16. I commanded them in the old time to kill not at all. My words were plain. But the king's commanded the priest to interpret my words round about, whereby war might be justified. And that's what you have. You have Israelites justifying war because they say, what? Oh, the Amaleks, the Canaanites, they accursed people. So, to kill off infants is okay because God told us to do it because they accursed people. See that? What did the verse say? But the kings commanded the priest to interpret my words round about, whereby war might be justified. See that? They justifying war when war is not justified. Verse 17, I commanded them against taking that which was another's. My words were plain, but the kings commanded the priest to interpret the words so the kings could exact tribute for their own glory. And so they levy whatsoever and whensoever they will, saying, for the defense of the king and the country. Thus they perverted my commandments, from beginning to end, what I declare unto you, that in my sight to kill one man, I will hold him accountable who do it, and to kill tens, accountable if he kill 10 men, and 100 times for 100. They shall not hide death and murder from my sight by the word war. See that? So if you killed 10 men, nigga, you held accountable for those 10 souls. So if you want to go join the war and fight for the country and defend the country, nigga, you held accountable. If you go to Iraq, you an American soldier, and you go to Iraq and kill one of them people over there, you held accountable for them people over there. Your ass will come way back over here after that, people over there, but you way back in America. You still held accountable for them people, yo. Yeah, it gets ugly deep. You don't kill a motherfucker and escape and think you getting away with it. No. Them spirits gonna be right on your ass in spirit. Alright, add insert. That's what y'all talking about. Alright, how will y'all do that? Let me see some. We'll come back to that. Linda, I see you. What's good, family? Shalom. So when is this worldly madness going to stop? Many are suffering, no gas, high food prices. It's going to get worse. If you think that's ugly, oh man. If you think it's ugly now, it's going to get worse. That's why the Oahspe and the Bible say, come out of her, my people, come out of Babylon, meaning come out of the cities. The cities is going to get worse. You got to goddamn go to the countryside, go to pure ground, go to clear ground, go to the rural areas, the green pastures. Go out there, figure it out. That's what Jehovah say. In the book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth, they leave the cities. They get up out of there. You just leave the city and create better, like people who got land and live in the country and they don't got no neighbors for 2 miles, nigga, you better get back to that type of living. You ain't got to be subjected to the city. The Creator created you with the capacity to think. So if you see the cities getting worse, what it's time to do? It's time to get out. Some may say, well, I can't get out, I can't afford it. You got to figure this shit out. When the Exodus came, they just walked up out of Egypt. You know what I mean? They had their belongings and they walked up out of Egypt. Look at the war in Ukraine. They having migrations out of Ukraine into Poland. They got to walk there. So we ain't even got it bad. We got it good compared to some of these other nations in comparison to what they got going on. Look at Libya and Palestine and Israel and the Muslims that's blowing up bombs and on themselves in the crowds. We ain't got to that level of wickedness yet. We definitely got our level of wickedness, but over there they on a whole nother playing ground. We got it there. We got, nigga, I'm in AC right now. Ain't no AC over there in some of them countries. They dealing with the elements. It's hot. And they robed up with garments in 90-degree weather. We good, yo. Yeah, it's gonna get ugly, yo. Even the Oahspe said it's gonna get ugly. The book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth. The book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth talks about it. It talks about it. We all victims of this shit. We all victims of ooze, the influence, the drudges. Like, here's a prophecy, because, you know, they be saying, do the Oahspe got prophecy. Here's a prophecy of the downfall of America. As far as, let me just read it. In the book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth, chapter 25. This rule I made in all my works, saith Jehovah. When I separate the people, the good go away out from amongst the evil. So now you ask, so when is this madness? When is this worldly madness gonna stop? What did Jehovah say? This rule I made in all my works, saith Jehovah. When I separate the people, the good go out from among the evil. Verse 2. Even as I drew the Israelites out of Egypt. Verse 3. And whosoever go out prosper in my hand. I make them an everlasting people. See that? So if you leave the cities and go to the countryside, the Creator gonna be with you. We just gotta have faith. Faith without works is dead, right? So check it. Verse 4. But those that remain, so if you can't leave and you remain in the city, go down to destruction, and they become unknown upon the earth, because all nations fall. Verse 5. Their great men are forgotten. Their wisest men lost caste in the histories of 1,000 years. Behold, these things I had made known unto the generations of the earth. Verse 7. Now when I separate the Faithists and the Uzzians, the worldly people, in the Cosmon era, present time, I sent angels warning them. I said unto them, flatter not yourselves that man is all wise. I say unto you, I am with the righteous. Might shall not triumphant through wrongdoing. Behold, a judgment shall come upon this nation, upon this people. This is a prophecy of America. It said a judgment shall come upon this people. Huh? The Bible don't have a judgment upon America. The Oahspe do. The Bible got speculations about what the prophecy could be related to America. It talks about the beast, the mark of the beast. It don't give no specific areas where this market. It don't talk about America in the Bible, plain as day. Oahspe talk about this, a prophecy about concerning the Americas. Because see, the Oahspe got stories on prophets on each continent. So like you got the story of Moses out of Africa. You got the story of Confucius in China. You got the story of Iwata in North America. So Oahspe touches on all countries and continents. So America is known in the Oahspe even before the coming of Cosmon. So now, where I'm at. Verse 8. Flatter not yourselves that man is all wisdom. I say unto you, I am with the righteous. Might shall not triumphant through wrongdoing. Behold, a judgment shall come upon his people. Now notice it said might, like using power to try to overdo wrongdoing. So if you're trying to be an activist in the community and use might to overcome wrongdoing, it ain't gonna work. Verse 9. When I began to call them, my chosen shall come and found my kingdom. And they shall come faster and faster every year. So people gonna start leaving the cities and going to the countryside. Verse 10. The Usains, the worldly people, the city people, shall fall into iniquity more and more every year. This is talking about America. So they want to talk about prophecy in America. I'm laying it out right here. This is taking place right now. Verse 11. And now, behold, what hath been? The prince of devils came upon the Usayans, saying, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. I come to set man at variance against his father and daughter, against her mother. Now, therefore, when my angels went in behalf of my kingdom, behold, the prince of the devil did invade the places of the ungodly. Verse 16. And whosoever received my angels and practiced righteousness were fallen upon by the emissaries of the prince of the devils. See that? And unmercifully treated with curses and tortures. Verse 17. But I call the righteous hence, and they built unto me my kingdom. Verse 18. And I said unto the Usayans, the worldly people, let this be a testimony unto you of the power of the Almighty. Verse 19. Ye go about building ships of war and harbors for defense with torpedoes and with all manner of wicked invention. See that? Niggas ain't have no torpedoes in the days of Israel. This is a modern day prophecy. We got torpedoes today. This is talking about now. So this is prophetic. It says, ye go about building ships of war and harbors, Pearl Harbor, for defense with torpedoes and with all manner of wicked invention. Verse 20. But I say unto you, this nation, meaning America, this government, meaning America, and this people, meaning the American people, shall not be attacked in the place ye build. It is within. This is a prophecy that America will be attacked from within, not from without. Ain't nobody gonna fly missiles over here and attack America. That's not happening. America is gonna be attacked within. The example of that was with 9/11. That was an inside job. See that? It's gonna be within. What did the verse say? What did the verse say? But I say unto thee, this nation, this government, and this people shall not be attacked in the place ye build. It is within. See that? Verse 22. For I will draw away the righteous, and none but rulers shall accept your great offers, grudges. Verse 23. And this matter shall grow upon you in a way of evil, declining in virtue more and more every year. And that's exactly what you see now. We're declining in virtue. Niggas is dying every day. It's killings and shootings, all type of crazy shit going on. Verse 24. Look therefore at your grade. Remember what I said? Everything is based off the grades. He says, look there at your grades. So it's telling you self-conviction. Here go the grades right here again. Let's get it right quick. A picture of the grades. There go the grades. Grade 1 is the lowest. Grade 1 is warfare, death, destruction, being inspired by evil. The higher you go, the more purity and more structured and organized. So again, it states what? For I will draw away the righteous, and none but righteous shall accept your great office. And this matter shall grow upon you in the way of evil, declining in virtue more and more every year. Look therefore at your grade. Judge ye the words of the Almighty. So the grades, it states look at your grade. So what is our grade? We should be able to look and know what our grade is as a society. What does those in grade 1 do? Let me interject real quick. Go into the book of judgment and watch this. A quick precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. But watch this. It said here, right here it stated what? It stated what? Okay. Verse 24 stated, look therefore at your grade. Judge ye the words of the Almighty. So it said, look at your grade. So look, the downfall and decline of America, it says, look at the grade. Now we see a lot of violence going on right now, right? So in the book of Judgment, chapter 4, it states here, verse 11, but of such as are below the grade 1. So we're dealing with the grades, such as below grade 1. It states there are 6,000 million, being mostly of such angels that know nothing as babes, although as full-grown adults. I'm just skimming through. Engrafters, professional reincarnators. And then it states in verse 12, such as are below grade 1, thy God hath classified as drudges, being spirits that have not left the earth, and are bound immortals. They inhabit mostly old cities, places of indecency. Nevertheless, they also inhabit places of kings, queens, and emperors, and popes, and rich men. And of grade 1, there are hundreds of millions of angels strolling about the earth. See that? It's telling you right there that angels below the grades. And then they practice evil in the lowest grades. They practice and delight in evil in the lowest grade. So that's why verse 24 stated, look therefore at your grade, judge ye the words of the Almighty. Verse 25, my hands fashioned the sign of times. Verse 26, as the hirer this day hires one man to watch another, even so shall it come unto you in the great office of your government. By force and by might ye shall hope to overcome the prince of devils, but ye shall fail. See that? By force and might. These Israelites talking about, yo, we're going to go to war. 2/3 going to get burnt up. And what did the scripture say? By force and by might ye shall hope to overcome the prince of devils, but ye shall fail. And in proportion as ye go down in corruption, even so shall the faithless go away into my kingdoms, meaning the countrysides established there. That's just a little bit. I ain't going to give y'all too much. I'm going to have y'all do some of the reading on yourself. That's Book of Jehovah's Kingdom, chapter 25. It talks about the decline of America and what's going to transpire in the city of America. There's going to be a split. He's going to separate the wheat from the chaff. The niggas going to stay in the city. Your New York Israelites that want to stay in the city in Manhattan, preaching in them dirty-ass streets, you know what I mean, polluted ass atmosphere. And then you're going to have those be like, you know what, I'm getting up out of here, yo. This shit ain't feeling right. Bam, they up in the countryside. They up in the mountains, they up in the green pasture where they got land and they can see this way to that way and ain't nothing but trees and forests. That's what you got to get back to. Nature. Who created nature? The creator. You got to get back to the creator. Should I do my best not to be in grade 1? Well, if you don't want to be in grade 1, always be mindful of doing something good for anyone that you see. As soon as you walk out your house, the service done unto others, the more you do for others, the lesser you will be in grade 1. But it's going to be days you're going to be in grade 1. There may be a day you may not go out the house to do nothing. You just may want to sit in the crib and chill all day and do nothing. That don't mean you got a low grade. So if you got grades and then you got rates. Your grade is what you do unto others, and the length of that grade is your rate. It's just like school. You may maintain a B average, and then that shit could either increase or drop to an A or a C. If the length that you maintain that B average is called a rate. So if you maintain the B average for 2 years, and then you rose up to an A, that means the rate of that grade was 2 years. So it's the same process. When you do your service done unto others, it's how much you do consecutively. Think about how much did I do for others for this week? From Shabbat to Shabbat, how much good did I do to others? And then you could judge yourself. You could actually literally judge yourself and know your grade if you was to become detailed and critical with your own self. The judgment is on us. We're going to judge ourselves, yo. The same way you make decisions for yourself today, the same way it's going to continue in spirit. Doing good for others is so fulfilling. Exactly. The Creator set a nice system. Exactly. See, that's why people are going to have a hard time grasping the Oahspe who comes from the Israelite paradigm, because they stuck in a certain mind frame. They stuck in a certain way of thinking. And I was there, I know it. You know what I mean? But then when you come out of that thinking and find the ways of the Creator and realize, like, damn, yo, I've been following something that wasn't really spiritually progressing me. It was just keeping me here. The New Jerusalem coming down from heaven is keeping you here. You see what I'm saying? We talking about ascending into the Etheric. Like when we read Osiris addressing that false god, Osiris came from low to the Etheric kingdom and came down to the lower heaven and earth to deal with the situation. He back up out. And not only is he out, he's carrying brides and bridegrooms from the earth with him. He got a host to take with him. Anytime these Etherians come, they taking some off the planet to take with them in the Etherian realm. It's like scouters coming from colleges, coming to your high school, and then showing you, you know what I mean, like, yo, let me give you a brochure about this college over here. So when you graduate high school, you can come to this college over here. That's like going to this Etherian. Once you graduate Earth, this Etherian kingdom, you can come over here. See how that works? See how that works? It's a schooling system. Oahspe lays out a schooling system. Torah is just one of the subjects in the schooling system. Islam, the Quran, is just one subject in the schooling system. The Oahspe is just one subject in the schooling system. The schooling system is the spectrum. That's the scope. Well, yeah, Linda, you on the right path, you know what I mean? Keep doing what you do, the service done unto others, period. Now keep in mind, you could do the service done unto others to a false god as well. And make him happy in his kingdom. Oh man, we got a hard work over here, like in slavery. Or at work, yeah, he's a good worker. You know, he's a good worker. He's a great boy. He picked that cotton faster than all the other slaves out there. So he's our #1 picking cotter. Picking cotter. He picks cotton the fastest. See, the false gods could use the service done unto others for their own personal aggrandizement. So the service done unto others, you just want to make sure you're doing that to the Creator and not to a false god. Because he's going to realize that, oh man, he's picking all the cotton faster than all the other slaves. He's a quick picker cottoner. A quick picker cotton nigger. Oh man. Obviously, see, I don't care what slips out my tongue. I say what I say. I don't play holier than thou. I'm getting there. Like we all getting there. You got some, oh look, he cursed a lot, but then you get them upset. They turn into a damn wild animal when they curse and shit. Yeah, family, we turning up. Yes, my brother Ilakwa. No doubt. Likewise with you, beloved. We all storing up treasures in Jehovah's kingdom, man. You know what I mean? We doing righteous works. You know what I mean? We sitting up here reading out of a book about the Creator. You think the Creator ain't like, I see y'all over there, you know what I mean? You got people right now conspiring to do murders as we speak. You got people over here just got through shooting somebody or doing this to somebody, and it's the next day and they thinking about how they can go do harm to other people. While we sit up here reading out of a book about the Creator. We're not reading out the Bible, talking about going a goddamn, you know, a day we may have to go to war with Edom, and you see what I'm saying? Got y'all minds messed up. Hit survive. Let's raise some music and vibrations, you feel me? Let's vibe for a minute with the music. Let me lift up the music. Seeing? Let me lift up the music, my brothers and sisters. Oh yeah. Ooh wee, that sounds sweet. Oh yes. Hit survives. Jehovah, Selah, Shalom, select the 1, 2, 101 and 2s. Hit survives. We on the dance floor now. You dig? Go ahead and take your 2-step, 1-step, 2-step. We just got through reading some of the words of the Oahspe. Now it's time for recreation. Like how the Etherians and the Atmospherians mingle together and talk about and converse about Jehovah's kingdom. Cause it survives. Yes, family, you don't know you're feeling the spirit because it's a vibe. It's the spirit of tranquility. It's the spirit of peace that your boy Selah Shalom through the Creator brings. Pure intention, pure good intention. It's the vibes. No negativity coming from your boy. No ill treatment or no one. I ain't sitting around thinking I'm angry at somebody. If you stick your head out the hell, I'll address it and keep it moving. I don't sit around, walk around with grudges. We're not angry and jealous over here. It's peace, love, and unity and stern judgment. Stern warning. It's the vibes. We on the dance floor right now, family. I see you dancing, Linda. Linda doing a two-step. I see you, Eric Hamilton. Eric Hamilton doing a two-step on the dance floor. We rolling. Wait, that's sweet. You hear that? You hear that? Kayla on the dance floor dancing. She dropping it like it's hot. Cause it's the vibes. I see Elijah on the dance floor doing a Michael Jackson. I see you, King. It's the vibes. Yes, family. It's the vibes. We dancing on the dance floor right now. Got all the people in the chat, 51 people in the chat dancing on the dance floor. You come to my lecture, we gonna teach, and then we gonna play this music, and everybody gonna start dancing on the dance floor saying, it's the vibes. Watch when I come here and sit and do a lecture. We gonna have this music playing right here, this beat gonna drop, and y'all gonna be like, damn, where I know that beat from? Oh, that's that Selah Shalom, it's a vibe. And I'm gonna grab that microphone, walk on the stage, and be like, it's the vibes. That's how we open up the show, yo. When I do my lecture, that's exactly how I'm coming through. Archie, what's good? Got the brother Archie in the building. Okay, St. Louis, no doubt. It's the vibes. You done, no King. Big up to the family, you know what I mean? Shout out to my weed smokers. My weed smokers. Although we deal with intoxications and smoke, although it can influence drudges, we know this. We know this. I know this. You think I don't know this? But let them come. They gonna come anyway. Even if you're not smoking, they still gonna come. They got their devices. It's the vibes. And we gonna lift them up. We gonna lift up all the sons and daughters of Jehovah, period. Let them come. Let the legions come. Let the prince of devils and darkness come. We're gonna lift them up out of that bullshit. And they're gonna be like, damn, is this real? I was misled. Come on, man. It's the vibes. There's only one creator, and that's it. And that creator don't sit in the council of men with other gods. The creator is the all in all. No beginning, no end. Encompassing all things. And his motion is his power, is his speech, is his word. In the beginning was the word, and the word was the vortex, and the vortex was put in motion, and from motion all things came to be in existence. Such is the essence of creation. Y'all got me on my poetry shit, y'all. See that? I'm on my poetry shit. I don't even fucking do poetry. When it comes to the creator, I'll be the most poetic nigga. Can't dictate over here. Me and the creator got a personal relationship. Just like you and the creator with you should have a personal relationship. And your relationship with the creator, you can't dictate to no one that. Cause it's a vibes. Vibing out with y'all family, you know what I mean? We ain't always gotta goddamn talk. We could just vibe out to the music. We all in the chats like we in the same place. That's why I said we on the dance floor right now. No doubt, King. Shout out to the family. Hit the vibes. It's the vibes. These false gods must be exposed so we can get things moving quicker to the creator. Vibing with the family, you know how we do. That's right. Brothers, you know. Brother like brother, yeah. Man, a brother like brother. And my bedroom, that's in a king. Fortified in Jehovah's words, yeah. One guy in his background, is a tree man. You know? Speak Caribbean to my Caribbean family, them still, yeah. Large up yourself, big up yourself, large up yourself. You dig? Give praise and thanks to the Creator. Whatever name you decide to call the Creator, as long as you don't describe the Creator as a man sitting on the throne today. Judge on that business with the name them there. As long as you're not idolize the hygiene of the Creator. Oahspe, yeah, Oahspe is dope. Oahspe means master of light. Oahspe. That's it. And then it's like you got Oahspe, and then you got Ahura Mazda. So Ahura Mazda is like God, and then you got Oahspe as the creator. So even in the Vedic, even in the Zarathustra, it clears up the difference between the creator, Oahspe, compared to God, Ahura Mazda. Yeah, I see you. See you dope punching. Chat rap on me, It's the vibes. It's the vibes. Large up yourself, big up yourself. We on the dance floor just taking a recreational moment. It's PE, like in school, recess. Yes, family, you done know Kedrin, Bedrin, Bronze, my brother. I'm just vibing right now, just vibing with the family, yeah. I'm in selector mode, Selah, Shalom, selector. Select on the 1 and 2s. Jehovah's news, you dig? It's the vibes. Yes, Archie. We're just vibing right now, better. We're just vibing. Taking it all in right now, It's the vibes. It's the vibes. Yes, family. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read this verse real quick, y'all. We're just meditating. We're just meditating on the vibes in the God's book of Esther, chapter 51, verse 23. God, Jehovah's Son, said, "Behold the stubbornness of angels of the heavens." You could include mortals with that too. "To whom they bound themselves on earth. They were bound in heaven. Neither would they admit that they were bound, though they were slaves. Their priests and monks, and bishops and archbishops and popes marched in the procession of heaven, praying, singing, and even carrying burdens hundreds of years for the privilege of ultimately approaching the throne of Enuxa Kabbalistes Luamung Jabril, honestly believing they were to look upon the very Creator." Verse 24. God said their minds were in bondage to so great an extent that even after they had attained to view their God at such a distance and in such artificial splendor, they could not receive truth. And when an angel of Jehovah came to them and said, "Behold, this is only one heaven, of which there are millions," they would not believe. And when they said, "Behold, this heaven with all its magnificence is only one of the lowest of heavens," they would not believe. And when he said to them, "Behold, this God with all," "this God with all his glory is only one God, of which there are many," they would not believe. And when he said to them, Behold, there are higher gods than this, they would not believe. And when he said to them, Behold, the all highest God is not this, but one not in the shape of man, they would not believe. Verse 26. These subjects would say, I want not your Jehovah. Behold, I can see my God. He is the creative elements personified. This is the all highest heaven. Here is the place of the person of the Lord. Verse 27. God said, Man sinneth not in this, neither sinneth the angels of heaven. The fault was with these false gods, because they had taught men that the Creator was in the image of man, sitting on a throne. Behold, their subjects would not believe otherwise. See that? Oahspe talking about you niggas in the Bible, because y'all fight niggas to death that the Most High is in the image of man, that the Most High is a man of war, that the Most High is sitting on the right throne of God. Right here, these are angels of Jehovah telling you niggas like, nah, bro, this God is just one out of many. This heavenly kingdom, with its all its splendor, is just one out of many. See that? But y'all like, nah, we ain't gonna believe that. That ain't true. And then what would the last one say? When the subject would say, I want not your Jehovah. Behold, I can see my God. He is the creative elements personified. This is the all highest heavens. Here is the place of the all person, the Lord. See that? That's some Israelites. And then it says, God said, Man sinneth not in this, neither sinneth the angels of heaven. The fault is with the false gods. Now you see why we go after the false gods. We can't even blame the Israelites. We're not mad at y'all. Y'all subservient slaves to the false gods. That's why we attack the gods, and it's only naturally right that you defend your God. And that's why we calling out battle of the holy books, because these are battle of the gods. We're trying to distinguish and show that these are not creator. These are different deities fighting for position in the heavenly kingdom. And then you have one righteous ruler, one deity who was installed by the creator to rule the kingdom, and you have all these other false deities claiming to be the Most High. So we distinguishing in that right here, right now. Verse 29. Because they had taught men that the Creator was in the image of man, sitting on a throne, behold, their subjects would not believe otherwise. And it came to pass on earth, when a man died, his neighbor said, Behold, he hath gone to see the Lord, who sitteth on the right hand of God. See that? That became a catchphrase and a slogan. It's crazy, yo. I could read this whole goddamn book. This shit, wow. Once you start reading, it be hard to stop sometimes. Y'all know how it is when you be reading at Oahspe. That shit'll have you glued in. Them pages be reading beautiful. It's next time, my brother, I'll give you some sweet 16 jar. I'm just vibing right now, yo. I ain't even inspired like that, like I used to be. I got a whole bunch of music sitting on. I got albums of music. See, I do hip hop, you know what I'm saying? It's like I do real hip hop street shit. I don't get all religious with my music. I do music, you know what I'm saying? I come from that hip hop era. Rakim, goddamn Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, Coogee rap, nigga, real street music. That's what I do. Shoot 'em up, bang bang. You know what I mean? That's hip hop. I don't get political and all religious, and I got songs I could drop. Y'all remember the song I had, Mysteries Untold? When I had the right robe on, breaking down the gyms. So when I drop my street shit, now look what he's doing. Get out of here. Been doing this. Period. I can do what I want, and the Creator's right here with me. Just like you can do what you want, and the Creator should be right there with you if your faith is strong in Him. Geechee, yeah. And Manito. Yeah, they got those stories in the Oahspe in the lower books of Apollo. You know what I mean? Talk about give you some Native American history. That's pretty dope in the Oahspe. It talks about that. Talks about some of the Native American history. I'm like, okay. Okay, not bad at all. Let's go into the cosmos, though, family. Let's vibe out into the cosmos this time, man. You know what I mean? Let's vibe out. Let's vibe all the way out. Let's go out into the cosmos. Because it's a vibe, you dig? And we're going to time out for a minute. We're gonna chime out, family. May come back on later on tonight. Who says? Who knows? I love vibing with the family. We can do this all day, all night. Converse on the ways of the Creator. Talk about the Creator's ways. Break down the seasons and cycles. No more false gods, no more bloodthirsty gods. We only dealing with the Creator and His creation. We're gonna get back to the science of Creator. Get back to the real things. Signing out. Let's get it. Hits the vibes.